It'll happen someday. She'll forget about you. She'll forget about all your lies for her own slice of truth. I swear I miss you from happy days past, back when I always thought love would always last. Oh, I hope heaven, oh, I hope heaven, oh, I hope heaven finds you. to reconcile all the days that we let slip by. I'll try to forgive you, but I'll never forget. I learned my lessons from all your regrets. So I hope heaven, oh, I hope heaven, oh, I hope heaven finds you. Oh, heaven finds you. Oh, yes I do. Oh, heaven finds you.
I look in the mirror and barely know myself. Lines growing clearer. I think I need some help. I swear I'm going out my head. Feels like the world is falling. I'm going out my head. Destiny is short enough calling. I look at the wall, but I can't tell the time. A child of the fall. I need some grand design. I look to the sky and pray to the great unseen. I don't wanna die. I wanna live as sure as I believe. I swear I'm going out my head. Feels like the world is falling. I'm going out my head. Destiny is short enough calling. I'm going out my head. Feels like the world is falling. I'm going out my head. Can't you hear the Savior calling? Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto. Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. I swear. Going up my head.
represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Girl. Oh, really? Don't even play.
Shut up, silly woman.
It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
No, fugazi. It's a fake.
Yeah, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not real. Right?
This is a Trump country. We live in the southeast. We drink sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Thank God for another beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful show, or at least an alright show. And Montgomery needs a new mayor. And of course, the big breaking news just happened this morning is the same 3-judge panel that told Alabama, y'all were intentionally or racist when you drew that map that was a 6-1 back in 2021, and then you drew another 6-1 in 2023, and we are acting like that's brand new? Brand new. Because pre-clearance was removed, which used to mean the DOJ, the feds, could, check off on y'all's work. But as soon as pre-clearance was removed, as soon as Alabama and their legislature no longer had to check in with their betters in Washington, D.C., and then Alabama tried to draw a map that was just like the one their betters in D.C. had approved for decades, a 6-1. They said, no, y'all are being intentionally racist. Now, the Alabama folks are like, wait, no. Like, we're looking at communities of interest, especially the traditional one in the southern part of the state. That's been a congressional district for a long, long, long time. Well, no, that's just a pretext for y'all's racism. So, and of course, we just went through this after the Supreme Court did the Calais decision and essentially said you can't racially gerrymander in a particular direction one way or the other, including towards giving minority representation, proportional representation based on a racial group right or entitlement. No, we're not doing that. So Alabama moved ahead and said, you know what, we're going back to the 6-1 we did in 2023. Well, the federal court in that case got to hear it again, same 3-judge panel. And I'm looking at 1819news.com. I think that's Anna Manasco, who's talking to old Dick Shelby. Prostate's acting up. That gum. Doggone prostate. Anyway, how you doing, Anna? Yeah, well, Manasco, along with Judge Stanley Marcus and Judge Terry Moore, they held a lengthy hearing on Friday on a preliminary injunction motion filed by the NAACP and ACLU to block a 6-1 Republican map passed by the legislature recently here. The legislature said, we'll use that one we drew up in 2023, and we'll have a special election on this stuff. Well, the 3-judge panel blocked that. And, of course, that same 3-judge panels repeatedly blocked Alabama from using the congressional map passed by the legislature in 2023. Manasco, Marcus, and Moore said on Tuesday this morning, Alabama charges that Calais upends our finding of intentional discrimination because it is fully derivative of our Section 2 finding, but that charge is wrong. And in any event, after again reviewing the extensive evidence regarding plaintiffs' Section 2 claims, we find that the plaintiffs have likely established their Section 2 claims when measured against the Calais standard. They explain below. They claim the special master who drew up the 5-2, that's a truly racially blind map. That's a race-blind map. Mm-hmm. I think this court is projecting. And of course, I think these judges are going to stick by a ruling they thought was sound. They're just reiterating what they've been saying for years. But I think this panel of judges is projecting their own racial discrimination, which in this case would be a racial gerrymander, in a particular way. And this is the direction so much of what happened with civil rights legislation, especially the Voting Rights Act, is like, no, we're not getting rid of discrimination. We are going to err on the side of discriminating in the different direction. Because there's no such thing, folks, as actually being race blind, even though that's what the court says they're doing. And of course, when Alabama says that's what we're doing, we use computer programs and like other metrics to come up with these maps, including we're Republicans, and we want Republicans to win. Like partisanship. See, when the legislature and the Republicans in Alabama do it, that's just a pretext for your racial bias, your intentional racial discrimination. But when the outcome of a, say, judge-approved special master map is Democrats get more votes, Democrats get a better opportunity, then all of a sudden we're back to racially blind. So essentially race blindness is just, it's not true. It's just a pretext, except when it goes in our direction. That's what I think, if it makes any sense. Like race blind maps only are racially blind when it benefits our political party and interest. Well, you get that. What these judges, it's their political party. No, it has a lot to do with, well, a lot of ways that the cat is jumping in the legal world. But I think this panel is essentially projecting. They are discriminating on the basis of race. They are, I don't mean like, you can't come in here. I mean like they're discriminating. They're distinguishing. They're discerning on the basis of race in order to draw up this map. And then they have the goal to say that's the race blind map. Now, I think this is what's going to be challenged very quickly by the state of Alabama and appealed to the court very quickly, the Supreme Court. And I believe it's Thomas and Alito that oversees this circuit. So perhaps, you know, there's a lot of different options they could go with. And actually just staying the injunction that was just passed, and we'll have more proceedings, and then the special elections go through, and you got your 6-1 right there. Some folks making the argument Alabama should have just gone for the full 7-0 and drawn a new map, and then let the chips fall where they may, because you use the same map that this 3-judge panel has already said is very racist. Why'd you go back to that same map? Why didn't you just draw a new one on the new Calais standard? Yeah, but, you know, we're Alabama. Our Beeson going over it, he handled that very well. But essentially what this panel is doing, and it's what Clarence Thomas and Alito and so many on the court are worried about, is effective racial quota in practice. So the Voting Rights Act, Section 2B, I believe, disclaims any right to proportional representation. Results-oriented enforcement in cases like this often function that way. So if states must draw additional minority opportunity districts whenever demographics and polarization allow it, refusing to do so and saying, no, we're Republicans, we want to be partisan, and we want more Republicans, just like they do in Massachusetts, well, refusing to do so gets you slapped with you're intentionally discriminating on the basis of race. Things like keeping coastal counties together, like a shared economy, culture, ports, tourism. That's a classic race-neutral community of interest justification used across the country in many other states. And the 3-judge panel said, well, that's just a pretext. We all know deep down y'all are actually just trying to keep the black folks down. Because it had the effect of limiting black opportunity districts. So instead of neutral principles, the court seems to be getting their principle based on the outcome. It's kind of this classic thing you've heard for years, I'm sure, folks, of equality of opportunity or equality of outcome. Well, equality of opportunity, I'm sorry, was always going in the direction of equality of outcome. How about equality before the law, equality in the eyes of God, and maximizing opportunity so that we can have more and more great outcomes for all sorts of different types of people? That would be the way I would like to go in this. But it's going to be interesting to see how quickly this can be appealed. Honestly, I'm not that worried about it or that bothered by it. It's just expected. And don't be quick to say, it's just a bunch of liberal activist judges. Trump appointed 2 of them. Well, are there any liberal judges that happen to be Republicans that are appointed by Republicans? I think so. But there is a deeper legal thing here, folks. There's 2 competing visions over how the Voting Rights Act should be implemented. One is persistent racial polarization, which means most white folks vote Republican, most black folks vote Democrat. Simple as that. But there's persistent racial polarization plus historical discrimination. There was historical discrimination. There was that, yeah. Now, what's the timeline on that and what are the formulas on that? That's up in the air in many cases. But because you have that racial polarization and historical discrimination, that justifies strong activism by the judges. They have to intervene to ensure minority voters, in this case and in this state, black voters have quote-unquote opportunity districts. This is this 3-judge panel's view. But there's another one, and it's what Calais brought up. It's what Clarence Thomas has been stumping about for years. The one that sees the Constitution as colorblind and views court-driven racial districting, whether by legislatures or judges, as itself a form of racial gerrymandering that the 14th Amendment should forbid. And of course, that's the view gaining ground in the Supreme Court. This recent ruling by the court on Calais, where it started this whole thing off, go 7-0, call special sessions all over the South. Calais was the court's latest move towards that second vision, that the Constitution is colorblind. It's actually colorblind. Colorblind's a real thing. It's not just a pretext that one side or the other can use when they have their, say, advantage and leverage. No, it can be colorblind. That's an actual principle. And the effect can sometimes be, you don't get another opportunity district. But that's called partisanship. But we'll see. This will be tested. Alabama's going to do the emergency appeal to the Supreme Court. Will essentially argue in a much more nuanced and, I think, eloquent way than I just did, what I've been saying. Essentially, this judge panel reversed the burden of proof, treated legitimate districting criteria as a pretext to be racist, and is itself, the 3-judge panel, is the one engaged in the kind of race-based line drawing, race-based discrimination and gerrymandering that the Supreme Court just shot down in Calais. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But that broke this morning. And it's, again, not surprising. They should have just gone 7-0. Seriously, they should have just gone full-on 7-0. Draw a new map. Get it done quickly. Let the chips fall where they may. But instead, we're doing this route, and perhaps the court will, we'll find something out in the next few days. Probably we'll find something out in the next few days, if not like tomorrow. In other news, you shall see the Pope released his first papal encyclical, Magnifica, Humanitas. Well, it's kind of on the growing thread of AI, but opportunities as well of AI in the digital world. There's a lot in it. It's a very long document, like 246 sections, and they're all pretty wordy sections. So it's a lot. It's something like 40,000 words. I'm not sitting here saying I've read every nook and cranny of it. But the long and short of it, I like it. I think it's in the right vein. It's stuff I've been writing about. It makes a lot of common sense, a lot of the stuff that's in there. And at times there are flourishes that are just beautifully written and beautifully said. There's some stuff that, as I'm more of a dogged free market guy, that makes me a little nervous when it comes to the final destination of goods, and there's too much concentrated power in the private sector. I'm like, yeah, but then the usual trick is you concentrate too much power in the state apparatus. And when it comes to artificial intelligence, I don't know, who do you trust more, a centralized state or a bunch of competing oligarchs? Well, they both suck. Let's just destroy it all. Yeah, well, maybe, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So we can definitely get into some of the ins and outs of what the Pope was laying down. And all in all, I thought it was actually a quite good document. Of course, the media is picking out little things in it to frame it in a particular way, but when you read the whole context, especially the introduction and the two different examples, essentially, the Pope is giving, are we going to build the Tower of Babel, or are we going to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem? Are we going to be Nimrod and making bricks out of men and stacking them higher and higher and destroying all sorts of difference and individuality so everybody conforms to this one great self-sufficient goal of going to the sky? Or are we going to be like Nehemiah, who goes and meets with the locals and says, you build this section of the wall and you build that section of the wall, and he gets feedback from a lot of different folks? And I think it's a good general guiding principle that a full-on top-down, or like, let's build this citadel of artificial intelligence, and in fact, let's transition from even being human and become something more. And like, hey, you've read too much Nietzsche. Too much. So we can get into that. Also, Iran's back in the news. Trump is trying to link the historic Abraham Accords to any Iran peace deal, which makes a lot of sense. It seemed like this was always the move. But he's having a rare cabinet meeting. Even Tulsi, who's resigning because of her husband's bone cancer. Tulsi Gabbard, it's a shame. Keep praying for those folks. But Trump is inviting the entire cabinet to a very rare, he rarely uses, Camp David meeting. As tensions are rising with Iran, as they're trying to get a deal done, the U.S. conducted quote-unquote self-defense strikes against Iranian boats. Iran then accused the U.S. of violating the ceasefire with malice. Ooh. Iran warns of decisive response to those airstrikes. While Rubio says, actually, we're just hammering out specific language in the Iran deal. Iran, there's some coming out saying Hormuz's control is not negotiable according to Iran, and they're demanding $24 billion in frozen funds. And I'm sorry, but as I look at a lot of these news headlines, you got to wonder, who are your sources? Because who's actually running Iran right now? So I'm sure you could easily find people that are like, we're going to hold the line, we're hardliners, and we're never going to give in, and we're never going to give up control of Hormuz, and we want all our money back, and yada, 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 yada. But those aren't the guys actually driving the car, and I suspect those aren't the guys that Trump and team are talking to. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. But now I want to change direction, because a new poll came out. Now, this is Alabama Conservatives PAC, so I'm sure this is a bunch of conservatives from Alabama who did this. Now, people who are well paid to put out polling to make it look like somebody has momentum and somebody doesn't. Because when I repeat myself, but it's worth repeating. The good stuff, I don't give that away for free. I don't give away good polling information for free. Number one, this stuff's expensive. It's also volatile material. When, like, the actual truth, especially when the truth is like, yeah, it's a little fuzzy. We're not sure who's actually in the lead. Well, with this methodology and this sort of model of these particular counties and turnout levels and stuff, we think so-and-so's leading. Because there is definitely an art and a science to the polling world. But whether it's Fox News or all these other ones that, you constantly throw out, there are general polling groups like Rasmussen and Harvard and Quinnipiac, and, they do the regular running polls, but they are always kind of stilted or tilted in one way or the other. But especially when you start seeing it come from a PAC or a campaign, you got to wonder, are they actually giving us the good stuff, or is this hopium? Like opium, but it makes you hope. Like opium, but it makes you high to where you just start spreading the hope that so-and-so's going to win. And so you better get on board, because we know, deep down, we know that a lot of you folks who call yourself independent, you're not actually independent. You just want to back a winner. So you keep your powder dry, and you wait, and you always want to be on the side of the winner. And so we're going to make that case to you that so-and-so is the one who's going to win. You don't want to end up picking a loser, a pathetic loser. You don't want to do that. Anyway, Alabama Conservatives PAC It's a early U.S. Senate primary runoff poll showing favorable results for Jared Hudson, who's competing against, of course, U.S. Representative Barry Moore for the Republican nomination in November's general election. According to a survey of 722 likely Republican primary runoff voters conducted on behalf of the pro-Hudson Alabama Conservatives PAC by Remington Research Group of May the 21st through the 22nd, Hudson had 41% support compared to Moore's 40%, which was within the poll's plus minus 4% margin of error. So essentially a tie. The poll also found that 18% of voters are still undecided for the runoff election to be held on June the 16th. Hudson and Moore split support among respondents in a variety of different categories. In the May 19th Republican primary, Moore outpaced Hudson and Marshall, receiving 39.2% of the vote compared to Hudson's 25.6% and Steve Marshall's 24.5%. There were about 480,000 votes cast in that primary election. That doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, hundreds of thousands, but it still doesn't seem like a lot. So, you got to wonder, are they giving us the good stuff here? Now, there is an exception to the rule that is occasionally the truth is the best move. And you put out the good stuff. You put out the good, the true. I don't know. I think this goes back to that rule that the polls condition the polls. That it's often not to give you correct information on what truly is the public mind, but to sway the public mind. 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on the conversation. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day. I did. I did nothing by design. I sat and prayed a lot. I'm not joking. I do that a lot now. It's I find it more peaceful than looking at the news, and I find it actually much more enlightening than trying to watch something or read something else that's more secular and modern stuff. Do a lot of that. Well, that's always the plan with me in like days off, like nothing. It's a really good day when you don't have that anxiety if you got to go up and do this, there, or the other, where you can just ease into nothing. So I read some of the religious stuff I've been reading, prayed some. We did, and then got into the stupid stuff, watched some stupid crap at night with my grandfather. It was good. Good Memorial Day. Hope you all had a good one, too. Feels like there are a lot of people still on vacation, honestly. Maybe I should have just taken the whole week. Alas, I'm here. This part of the program, before I forget, brought to you by Dylan Rings. And there at Dylan Rings, they are ready to help you out, well, with any and all of your jewelry needs. Of course, they can do custom design work. I'm a client. I'm a customer. I love what they did for me in terms of the custom design work. Josh the jeweler. That man is an artist. He's a scientist. He's really good at what he does. And he's easy to work with. He serves you, the client, quite well. I was a little particular before I dropped some money. I was like, hey, I want it exactly how I want it. And he was able to deliver. And it's beautiful. Wear this piece that's around my neck right now every day. And really appreciate Josh putting that together for me. If you're looking for some custom design, maybe just something you've thought of recently or something you want to do that's more poignant for a special occasion, they can help you out there at Dylan Rings. Now, I'm looking at a video on their Facebook page. It's a 14-karat, stunning 14-karat white gold colored sapphire and diamond drop necklace. It's delicate, lightweight, and full of movement. It's the perfect everyday piece that catches the light beautifully with every turn. So it's got a mix of vibrant sapphires and rich purple, green, and teal tones, accented with sparkling diamonds along a fine cable chain. Each gem dangles freely, creating a soft, ethereal look that's both elegant and playful. So you can always get in touch with them on Facebook, but I suggest if this is absolutely beautiful piece, get by there, go see it in person. There at Dylan Rings. Video looks great on the video, but when you see this sort of thing in person, well, it's truly something special. They've got a lot of stuff like that over there at Dylan Rings. Check them out today. You can always just stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you. What's up, man?
Hey, bud.
you're moving around real slow. And like,
Old man. I thought you were going to break.
well, I am here in a second, but I wanted to say hi. You're wearing your Jack Campbell for mayor.
Yeah,
shirt.
I
I
am.
like that.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Very casual day today.
Yeah, did you have a good Memorial Day?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It rained a lot, you know.
Yeah, it did rain a lot.
But that was fine. Got to spend some good one-on-one time. We took the grandkids out. Had my first meltdown with Leslie. She had her first meltdown with Pop in public, which we handled it both very well, I think.
First meltdown.
Yeah, where she wasn't acting correctly, and Pop wanted her to act a little bit differently, and I couldn't get her attention. So I said, well, let's go outside. You know, I'm not going to do this so let's go outside and we'll talk about it. Well, she realized she was in trouble with Pop, and that upset her a lot. So as we're walking through the restaurant, she's screaming, I want my mommy.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
But we go outside, and my plan worked perfectly. We go outside, we're 5 seconds, we're good. We're good. But that was a first for me, and a little bit of a challenge.
I believe it because you only want to be like loving, and the guy brings the candy and the toys and stuff. Yeah.
But we were in public, and it's the first time we've all. I think Robin had to go somewhere, Justin had to work, so we went out to dinner and stuff, and you know, not to be funny, but I don't want to be that grandparent who's got a kid freaking out. And,
right?
You know,
Oh yeah. No, I think you got a point there.
But it was a challenge. But how about you?
Good.
Yeah.
Did nothing.
I thought about calling you up yesterday, but it just kept raining. I wanted you to come ride jet skis, but it just kept raining.
Yeah, no, it would have been. Jet skis be fun. I'd like to do that certainly.
In the rain, it's it's not.
No,
it's not.
No, on a nice day, I'd love to do that.
But I heard that Boomer T, him and I think Hannah ran into each other on the waterfalls.
Oh, really?
Lake Jordan reunion. Yep. We got some banners on his boat now, so it's great.
I don't know about that waterfall, man.
Dude, what do you mean, man?
That's the way you talked it up. It's like Love Island over there.
It can't. Oh, dude, yesterday we went by there.
Like, yeah, there was something going on.
There was
somebody doing the nasty.
No. But there were 3 jet skis with 6 women on them.
Yeah,
and you know,
big women.
Nope,
they weren't big women.
Nope. In fact, my buddy Terry was trying to keep up with them. I think we might have creeped them out a little bit.
Oh,
they found an extra gear on that seat.
See, you know, I'm kind of in the mood of late these days, where it's like, I wish it was like not a bunch of hotties, not a bunch of baddies.
I'm not saying they were or not, but you know, it was.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And you know, it's funnier if it's just a bunch of big women.
Yeah,
because 2 big gals on a jet ski is a good time.
It is, especially watching them when they fall.
Yeah, it's a great time.
No, it was fun. But
I've never seen a rock skip that way.
Dude, I'm telling you, I feel so old. We're riding up, and Terry's got a nice boat, but we're banging some hip-hop music that a 57-year-old guy shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I hesitate. Yeah. Like, I literally was at home, like, reading and praying most of the day.
But, Friday night, we had a good time. We ended up at the karaoke bar. We all ended up on stage for a group song. That was cool. That was really cool.
That was
I
cool.
missed
What's
you
your
that
group
night. It was an Ella song.
Ella Langley?
Yeah.
You're on a first-name basis with her now?
I am an Ella.
It was
fella,
an Ella song.
It was, I'm Ella fella.
You know, Ella's doing all right. I see her on the lake every once in a while. She's cool.
Yeah, she is cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really wanted you there for that. So we are decided that we are going to drag you out for karaoke. That was, I mean, we all did one song, but it was probably 10 of us on stage, and it was.
Oh, that's cool.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was a great
effort.
moment. And honestly, some of the people singing there, they are great. Mm. I mean, dude, they can't make fun of them at all. They were great. They could sing. I mean, I really give it to them.
There's some people who got pipes.
They do. They really do.
Anyways, you see, we got to do have to take a break, but did you see the 3-judge panel that said Alabama was being racist when they did a map that was like the map we had for 30 years?
Yeah.
Now on the new one, even after the Supreme Court ruling said y'all are still racist?
I was hoping you could Fisher Price that down for me, Joey, because I don't get it. I'm a little torn.
Here's the thing. Like, race neutral?
Okay.
Like, colorblind isn't real, according to a certain legal theory.
Oh.
It's only real when it goes in the direction we want.
I did not know that.
You know what I mean?
Now that's clear.
So if you write up a race blind, so-called race blind, and it advantages Republicans,
yeah,
clearly racist.
Okay.
clearly, especially white Republicans.
Yeah.
How dare you? Do you
Okay.
not know what your granddaddy did?
What if a black Republican?
But then, well, that's even worse.
Yeah,
Worse than an Uncle Tom.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All the words.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but then if the race-neutral, race-blind map means you have to draw another district
Yeah.
that is minority representation, black folks in this case, then of course it's race-neutral.
But here's the part that
Now there's another idea out that actually race-blind neutrality is a real thing in the Constitution and the 14th Amendment.
That's where
It's
I'm
kind
at.
of what the Supreme Court just ruled. So, like, yeah, it doesn't mean you get preferred racial outcomes. What it means is, like, we're blind to race and you have partisan outcomes.
That's what I thought we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could do that. But, no, the court's still operating on the old model.
How much longer?
I don't know. The Supreme Court will have to rule on it or something here in the next few days. But it's Alito and Thomas that oversee this circuit, so I have a sense it's going to go pretty quickly.
Majority rules, is that not a thing?
No, I'm done. Done. I mean, there's all sorts of exceptions to majority rules, but like,
I get it, but at the end of the day, if race is truly blind, and that's what we see no color, it's a majority rule situation, I thought.
yeah, well, and then also it looks like in this poll that it's essentially a tie between Jared Hudson and Barry Moore.
Really?
Now, this is a pro Hudson PAC.
Okay, well then.
And they're saying it's essentially a tie, which makes me think actually Barry's leading.
Yep.
Because he's got the Trump endorsement.
100%.
But in a second, I want to read, because there was this little dust-up
Yeah.
at the end of last week where the Moore campaign said Jared Hudson's questioning our faith, Barry's faith in particular.
Really?
Yeah. And it got a little nasty. I was reading comment sections and everybody giving their hot takes over the weekend. So on Sunday, I wrote about it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's out today at 1819news.com. I believe it's called The Christian Position in the Hudson versus Moore runoff. What you think I meant something
I just
else?
wasn't sure. Needed clarification.
It sounds like I'm Christopher Hitchens writing about Mother Teresa. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Before you commit to that plumbing repair or upgrade, get a second opinion from Headley Plumbing. Our estimate could save you thousands. We do it all: residential, commercial, and septic tank service, serving the entire river region. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the river region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. 5 reasons to get a home inspection before you close on a home. Homeowners buying their first home or their 10th home still need a home inspection performed. First, you will find out firsthand the true condition of the home, the age and state of the heating and air, the roof, electrical, and plumbing as of the date of inspection. Second, it may give you the ability to renegotiate repairs that the seller will end up paying for before closing. Third, if the results show that the repairs would be too costly, then you can opt out of the contract without losing your earnest money. Fourth, the age and state of the systems will indicate what shape the rest of the house might be in and give you the option to opt out of the transaction or renegotiate terms. Fifth, knowing what needs to be done to the house will allow you the opportunity to update the home properly to your taste. For a list of the best home inspectors in the area, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 334-221-2883 or 551-0225. The Goodson Group.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breakers tripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that, because each year thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Weather service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Hi, everybody. A flash flood watch continues in effect with the risk of showers and storms just about any time, but particularly in the afternoon and evening hours today, tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. In fact, I see little change through the weekend. Locally heavy downpours in spots with highs generally in the mid-80s, lows at night upper 60s to lower 70s. Our free weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? ASE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back.
Huh? Anyway, good weekend, yeah.
Yeah, good weekend.
Yeah, great weekend.
All right. Good weekend. I did after I did all the praying.
Yeah.
And the reading. I read some of that Papal Encyclical.
Oh, yes.
What is it? Magnifica? Humanitas?
Whatever you say it is,
or
brother.
something like that.
We'll go with that.
I don't know. Like the magnificent human.
Tomato, but yes, sir.
Yeah, it's about AI and like.
Oh.
A lot of it actually makes sense.
Okay.
There's some stuff where I'm like, that's a little liberal. A little hippy
Really?
dippy. But most of it actually is pretty great.
Okay.
But I did watch some of the roasted Kevin Hart.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched.
Joey.
Yeah, and it went hard in the paint. I thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was hysterical, but hard in the paint is one way to put it, brother.
There was one
Yeah.
moment or two where I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that.
The Cheryl Underwood stuff is. I've even gone back to watch podcasts.
I think she grieves
she did
that way.
I watched
Yeah.
a podcast with her and Homeboy. They did Saturday.
Ken Gillis, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, they're fine, but
Right.
just me, my comfort.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anyway.
Put the mic right away.
So before I got into all that rowdy
Did you pray
stuff.
for some of those folks? Cause
Yeah, I know, dude. I know, man.
A lot of them needed it. Joe.
Man, and The Rock was drunk trying to get Kevin Hart to suck on his
all those
nipple and stuff.
glasses?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not going to tell him, but those glasses look messed up on him.
No, I did like that Kevin said he had AIDS. But that was funny. Cat Williams showing up. That was all right.
That was amazing.
That was all right.
I would like to hear some behind the scenes on that.
I thought Tony Hinchcliffe killed it. And
Tony's
I think Chelsea Handler was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's one of them girls in school that she was a popular girl in school, but nobody really liked her.
Yeah. So anyway, before I got into all that depraved stuff,
Yeah,
watching that, and that's how like I have to admit, I watch that stuff now, and I'm like, a lot of it's funny, but I'm also like, oh, what is this? This is like I start thinking holistically, like, you know how much fun and how much money those people are making? Are they really happy?
No.
That's where my mind goes.
No,
like,
they're not happy.
It's like, what is this life? Especially L.A. and that big arena and like just the vibes and the culture there. I'm like, this seems like, what Well, at least the near temptation of sin. I'll put it that way.
I just don't think
Maybe
there's
it's not
no way
fully
they
hell.
can truly be happy.
Right.
Look
There's just
at
a lot.
themselves, yeah.
There's just a lot to it. I was like, ugh. So Sunday, I sat down and I was thinking about this whole tiff between Barrymore and Jared Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's going to be a tiff because it's a runoff campaign.
Politicals, yeah.
And I had to, all of a sudden, sometimes it's like the daily mass readings actually play right into what I'm thinking about.
Well, that's cool.
And so this was Saturday's gospel reading. And it's pretty short. It's end of the Gospel of John, John 21, 20 through 23. And this is right after, Jesus says, come on over, fellas, have breakfast with me. Peter sits down, and this is after Peter's denied him 3 times. By the way, Peter denied him next to a charcoal fire before Jesus' passion and crucified and all that. Well, Jesus is sitting there at a charcoal fire having breakfast, and it's the only time that Greek word is used in the New Testament, and thrakia. So there's like this interesting literary parallel. Anyway, Jesus asks Peter 3 times, because he denied him 3 times, do you love me? It's like, yes, of course I do. It's like, well, then feed my lambs. Do you love me? Yeah, I do. Then tend to my sheep. Do you love me? Yes, of course I do. Okay, then feed my sheep. And then they get up. And this scene happens. Peter turned and saw, and then also Jesus kind of suggests how he's going to die, and like, you dress yourself, somebody will dress you and lead you to a place you don't want to go. Then they get up. Quoting John 21 through 20 through 23. Peter turned and saw that the disciple whom Jesus loved was following them. This was the one who had leaned back against Jesus at the supper and had said, Lord, who is going to betray you? By the way, this guy, the disciple whom Jesus loved, is the guy writing this gospel.
Oh, okay.
When Peter saw him, he asked, Lord, what about him? What about the guy that you really love? Jesus answered, and keep in mind, he just told Peter, you're going to die in serving me. Jesus answered, if I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? You must follow me. Because of this, the rumor spread among the believers that this disciple would not die. But Jesus did not say that he would not die. He only said, if I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? Follow me. Now to the politics. I have my preference in the U.S. Senate GOP primary runoff between U.S. Representative Barrymore from Enterprise and Jared Hudson. Yet my position has nothing to do with either man's Christianity. How unfortunate, though, that the runoff campaign between the two men has so quickly drawn blood from the veins of their shared Christian identity. Yet perhaps we might find some happy fault in this fight. Whether intended or not, Hudson's recent statement, quoting Jared Hudson, it was a social media post, Alabama wants a senator who lives out a Christian conservative life, not someone who just talks about it in front of the cameras.
Right.
Pierced too deeply where it should not have. Perhaps Hudson only meant to express his genuine faith by generic contrast. Yet the fact that his statement does not explicitly mention Barrymore ironically gives the slight a bit more bite. I suspect that's what cut Mrs. Moore, Heather Moore, to her core. She said, my soul is hurt, and like, I never have an opponent stoop this low and all this stuff. She saw her husband's faith attacked not by any explicit accusation, but by implication. Forgive me for saying it. Please. Forgive me for saying it, but women tend to be much better at spotting tactics of reputational destruction than men.
Why is that?
That's not to say men don't deploy or recognize such tactics, but let's just say Machiavelli's fox has always been a bit more feminine than his lion. And American politics has undoubtedly trended towards the fox for political women and men alike these days. American politicians don't duel with pistols or swords anymore. The weapons they deploy today are sharp words meant more to manipulate than inform. And in a game of wits during a head-to-head popularity contest, a subtle slice can cut much deeper than any straight punch to the face. Not only does it hurt, but it also muddies the waters amongst the voters while giving the attacker plausible deniability. Yet maybe Jared Hudson really didn't intend the implication. Maybe he didn't intend it at all, that Moore's faith is all talk or paper thin. Perhaps it's Mrs. Moore, Heather Moore, and the Moore team who are being performatively sensitive by using the implied slight as their own subtle weapon to slice Hudson with some generic line he's been saying for months. In Alabama, would you rather be the one attacking the other candidate's faith or the candidate being attacked? Which would garner more support amongst Alabama voters? If one has a direct, provable accusation to levy, then better be the one attacking. But if one only has implied innuendo, then better to be the victim of an unjust, unfounded smear. Look at the holier-than-thou Pharisee attacking me. How dare he stoop so low? Yet, could it be that Hudson didn't intend the slight, and the Moore camp genuinely felt the implied slice? Perhaps neither camp is playing a Machiavellian game on the question of Christian identity. Perhaps both are playing the political game in good faith, yet have drawn blood from their Christian veins all the same. If so, the tragedy only grows greater. What a shame that even shared good faith can be reduced to a profane weapon in the political game. Comparison in a political contest is always a double-edged sword, where too much held in common, even a shared faith, sows division and discord. Too much in common, like desiring the very same U.S. Senate seat, can upset the best of intentions and even question the heart of each man's Christianity. Yet, what is Hudson and Moore's Christianity to me when we truly share the same Lord? What is it to me that my Christian brothers get different or better rewards? What is it to me that the gifts and graces bestowed from above are from each according to each? What is it to me that certain disciples seem to receive more of his love? Comparison is a thief that saps us of our joy and makes us unsheath weapons we didn't intend to deploy against ourselves and others. Yet despite our best and worst intentions or the blood that we draw, perhaps we can still find some happy fault, even in our worldly fights cut through by Adam's tragic flaw. I have my preference, I do, in the runoff between Hudson and Moore. Yet my position has nothing to do with either man's Christianity. Indeed, even if my preference loses, and certain powerful persons in Alabama make Trump kiss their ring again, I know that a good faith Christian will win in a contest between these two men. What a happy fault to be reminded that despite political ambition or the envious sin, the final victory has been won for those who follow him. It's a shame. So much of life ends up being this pissing contest.
Yes, sir.
Even when you don't intend it, and it's a bunch of comparisons and stuff.
Yes,
I did
sir.
not.
Yes, sir.
I apologize. I didn't even mean it that way. But it's shot through in life, but it's especially shot through in politics.
Yeah.
It's a feature of the game, and it's why for years I've been saying we rely too much on it.
How would you
we put
have
too
it?
much faith in it.
How would you have it? You have two competitors, just like let's just say two boxers.
Mm.
And I like both of them,
Mm.
okay? And I know they're going to beat the crap out of each other. One of them is still my favorite, not necessarily because they're
better.
Right. You know, but they're competitors. I expect that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the political front, I can't imagine.
Yeah, but the thing is with like boxing or other sport,
Yeah.
they're clear rules.
There are no rules in this.
Right, that's the thing.
But I can't. There's no way I could win by going, Joey's really better than me. You guys probably should just vote for Joey. I mean, him and I are great, but Joey's.
But that's that could be a fun game of like, I don't want it. No, I don't want it more. Like,
as much as I love these guys,
they both want it.
Right.
And we're way past that game of George Washington just wants to live on his plantation.
That's to me, I expect it. I guess I get a little disappointed because it always does get a little mudslingy, but
no. And here's the deal: if we're tired of the mudslinging and we're tired of the nastiness, then people have to be better, because it's not just this; it's everything. Look at social media. Well, how
can you knock social media at a time like this?
No, there's a whole reason. Like the back half of the Ten Commandments is about coveting. And there's a brilliant Christian psychologist called Rene Girard, who talked about it's mimetic desire. It's like when you're so much in common, you desire the same things, and it usually, the worse, it leads to violence. But thank God in this society we're more foxy than we are lions. Now it leads to more destroying one another's reputation.
Right.
But that all changes if people stop buying it. Now, but you can look at the zeitgeist we're in. People, like, think of that roast of Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Like, people are just nasty. Even when they like each other, we're just nasty.
That's when you're honestly I hate to say it, but that's when you are kind of the nastier. You always hurt the ones you love.
Anyway, we got to hit a break.
All right.
First, though, if your toilet's nasty, Cold Plumbing can help you out.
Hey, let me do some bragging on the Cold Plumbing.
Yeah.
So my mom called me last night. She's like, hey, my water heater is crapped out. We need somebody. And I said, okay, well, first I tried to invite her to my house. She's like, no, we'll just deal with cold water until you can get this fixed.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. She said, who are you going to call? I said, well, I'm going to call James Cole. I'm going to call him right now myself. I hung up with her. I called James. I said, hey, James, this is what I got. He said, all right. He said, call the other number, get your name on the list. We'll have her done, take care of her first thing in the morning. I got another call from her this morning about 9:30. She said, they've come and gone. And I said, already with a new hot water heater? She's like, oh, no, they were able to fix the one that was there.
All right.
I said, are you kidding me? She's like, no, they fixed it. She said, I love this guy that came over here. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. She said, I absolutely love him. If I ever need another son, I've got one lined up. So I kind of took that as a threat a little bit, but still, I was glad to know one phone call.
One phone call. 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl or your water heater.
Yep.
Call
on Cole.
We'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Running a facility is already demanding. You don't have time for miscleaning, sick days, or inconsistent results. At Janney King Gulf Coast, we have a proven method to solve those problems. Our franchise owners are trained and supported, and our franchise model means the people cleaning your building care about the outcome as much as you do. If your cleaning company is creating more work instead of preventing it, it's time for a clean that you can count on. Visit JannyKingCleans.com to learn more.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back.
How was or was there a lot of violence in Montgomery this weekend? I kind of unplugged.
I didn't even check.
I just kind of unplugged all that. Although I came down a couple of times, it was nice. It was quiet. Yesterday was great. I guess people were off yesterday.
Everybody taking it easy.
It was nice.
Yeah. It was rainy, though.
It was, but, didn't get out on the water as much as I wanted to.
Meant we have to delay. They were supposed to start construction, at least get a new roof on
that's right,
Monday,
Joe.
but then it rained, and it's a little rainy. Still a hangover from that today, so they're planning on starting tomorrow.
I better talk to Rich Thomas about that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah,
it's like, because we're ready to, that first move is to get the tarp off, put a freaking roof on, at least one that's weatherproof.
That'd be a good one to have. I remember we finally started building construction on our house, I don't know how many years ago. We got everything but the roof on, and then it rained for 3 weeks straight. And that was just so depressing.
Yeah. But, I've learned to just wait.
Yeah, you're getting patience. That's good that you're learning that as a younger man, because you're going to need it, I can promise you. You're going to be on a plane one day, and there's going to be a screaming kid in the back, and you're going to...
Yeah. Well, a lot of folks, Jeff Ford told me that the other day. He's like, man, I stayed up all night at that, it was election night.
Yeah.
He's got kids, too, and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I went to bed at 9, woke up at 4:30, and said my prayers. And he just goes, it's coming for you one day.
It is. You'll see.
Yeah, well.
You'll see.
If a lady will have me.
Ah, Joey. I don't know. I've seen a lot of ladies this weekend that...
You've seen a lot of ladies?
But, yeah, you have to lower your standards a little bit. But they could show ride a jet ski, I tell you that.
I could say I'm into big women now, but that'd just be a lie.
Why?
Yeah, it'd just be a lie.
I want a big girl.
Nothing wrong with them. I'm saying I'm talking about my own preference.
Well, that's just racist. In today's day and time, that's just racist.
Well, you can be thinking certain ways. Nothing bothers me too much. And also, it's like if you make me happy,
right?
And we can pray together, but there's got to be a little bit of that connection,
Got to be a lot of connection, brother. A lot of connection. A lot of connection.
A lot of connection.
Yeah.
A lot of connection.
Don't settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, Joey's into big gals. No, but the thing is, I remember, like, I went to some dinner years ago, and it was a known two dudes who were gay and, like, literally homosexual.
The ones we went to, was it?
No, it was a different thing. It was someone with Dan.
Okay.
And I went to their bathroom, and these were, like, well-to-do folks. Like, I liked them both. Going to the bathroom, and all it is figurines of obese women and paintings of naked, nude, obese women. Nude figurines, nude paintings, obese women. And I'm like, are gay dudes into fat chicks?
I don't know, but suddenly I'm interested.
Yeah. Anyway, something to think about. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index slipped by 0.7 points in May, the first decline after 3 months of gains. Spikes in gas prices as well as higher food costs have worsened inflation. It has outpaced the growth in average paychecks, reducing most Americans' purchasing power. Gas prices have soared to a nationwide average of $4.49 a gallon, up from $2.98 just before the war got underway at the end of February. Gas has now been at or above $4.50 a gallon for nearly all of the month of May. Emergency officials have lifted an evacuation order for some of the people who live near a damaged chemical tank in Garden Grove, California. That's after temperatures inside the tank fell enough to eliminate the risk of a catastrophic explosion. Orange County safety officials warn there is still the risk of a smaller blast or a fire. On Wall Street, the Dow right now down 164 points. This is SRN News.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. If you're sick of having paychecks eaten up by healthcare costs or dealing with mega corporations, then listen to this. Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. That's why I want to tell you about Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's an alternative to traditional health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills. There's no enrollment period, so you can join anytime. And you aren't restricted to provider networks, so you choose the doctors and hospitals you want. It's that simple. CHM is not insurance. It's a ministry that puts faith into action. Feel the difference of financial support and biblical care from fellow believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. A flash flood watch continues in effect with the risk of showers and storms just about any time, but particularly in the afternoon and evening hours today, tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. In fact, I see little change through the weekend. Locally heavy downpours in spots with highs generally in the mid-80s, lows at night upper 60s to lower 70s. Our free weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A Montgomery man wanted for multiple traffic violations was arrested Monday after leading police on a high-speed chase through Millbrook. The incident began when officers attempted a traffic stop on Highway 14. 23-year-old Joe Louis Duncan fled from police onto I-65 to Fairground Road before officers finally stopped him on Lower Wetumpka Road. Duncan was arrested and is being held in the Elmore County Jail without bond. Hyundai is recalling more than 400,000 vehicles due to a software issue that could cause the brakes to activate unexpectedly. The recall covers certain 2025 and 26 Hyundai Santa Cruz and Tucson vehicles. There have been at least 4 crashes with injury linked to this issue. Owners will be notified by mail when they can take their vehicles to a Hyundai dealership for a free software update. Alabama State Baseball is heading to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 4 years. The Hornets defeated Florida A&M on Sunday to claim the 2026 SWAC championship. ASU will take on overall number 7 seed Alabama in the opening round of the tournament on Friday in the Tuscaloosa Regional. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender. For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This is Alice with Independent Glass. We advertise with Blue Water Broadcasting, and we get great results. If you want results like we get, you need to go with Blue Water.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Oh, where did Penny go?
Penny lover.
Penny, we were about to go to you. Anyway, welcome back. Oh, I didn't mean to play this one. Doesn't really fit the mood.
Sounds like some electronic music, Joey.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I'm supposed to be on some kind of hallucinogens right now.
Or like MDMA.
Ooh, wow.
Mm-hmm. You'd probably be enjoying this one.
I might be.
But it actually does fit, because let's talk artificial intelligence.
Dude. Okay. What I see in it so far, I like.
Mm-hmm.
What I keep hearing about makes me nervous about eventually I'll be the slave to this.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, just as ignorant as I am, it's funny videos. You
Oh, sure.
Even I can make.
Funny videos. It's also pretty great for quick research.
Okay.
Really is.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you can pull a lot of stuff together quickly. Now, you need to be the one that's always double checking.
Well, we're doing that with Realtor Stats. We can pull up things like that pretty quickly. But the slave part of this kind of makes me nervous. Is it going to be a slave because I'm just so dependent on it? I'm so stupid I can't think for myself anymore. So everything
that can be a problem with it, yeah. And last week I wrote about how, no, it's very useful, like trying to learn Latin, or it's,
Yes.
I want to write up songs and I can't sing, and it's like, but, I can still write the song. I can still write the words. I can still do the chords and stuff, and this thing can spit something out.
Yeah.
But then the one part that creeped me out is when Grok said it would pray for me and my family. And I'm like, that's
a
little creepy and weird.
And I don't understand why that would even be part of that program.
Well, it does make some sense in that especially the chat bots, it's not as much the text-based ones where you're writing, but the ones where it's a human voice, human-like voice talking to you. They are meant to make you feel like you're comfortable, like it's a comfortable conversation partner.
I get that, but
you see where it goes down certain rabbit holes where you're like, that's just downright creepy. No, don't pretend like you're praying for me and my family.
Right, and maybe that's just because that system, I suppose, is just studying you. So maybe it's like, okay, well, this is a boundary for Joey, but I don't understand why it. I don't understand why it went there to begin with. I would almost think it would be religious neutral. Instead of saying it would pray for you, which is very specific, I would just think there would be something else it would say instead of prayer, because that would just.
Well, it was in the context of me talking about prayer.
Right, but
so it's mirroring me. That's what it is. It's trying to make me feel comfortable by giving me back what I put in.
Right,
but then it goes across a line.
Did you tell the computer AI you're going to pray for AI?
No, I did not.
Right.
No. Anyway, there's more here. Okay. This is from Futurism.com. We've already seen AI go rogue on numerous occasions. Now, new research suggests that we can expect this to become the norm. The AI research nonprofit Model Evaluation and Threat Research recently released a study conducted between February and March of this year, so pretty recent, aimed at determining just how likely frontier AI models could go rogue. If you're given to anxiety about the future of AI, the results are unlikely to make you feel better. Given rapidly advancing capabilities, we expect the plausible robustness of rogue developments to increase substantially in the coming months, the researchers wrote. The research examined LLMs, large language models, developed by OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and Meta for the purposes of the study. They found that frontier AI systems are showing signs of disturbingly deceptive behavior as they become more advanced, often turn to verboten shortcuts or otherwise subverting their operators' instructions. And some were even smart enough to try to cover their tracks.
But it's just supposed to be a program.
But here's the bottom line, my sense of this stuff. Because it's essentially a complex magical mirror and it's mirroring humans, it's going to do what humans do. And if you get deep into human psychology and what humans do, we did a little bit of that talking about politics last hour. Humans, we are sinful SOBs.
Right. But I don't understand.
We are depraved, man. Even the best of us have the worst depraved, little cover tracks, little lies.
I don't understand how, and it's just my ignorance, I don't understand how a computer program will automatically try to deceive you. It's got to be programmed to do that. At the end of the day, yes, it's mirroring you and.
But it's also trying to prioritize goals and what it's trying to achieve. So if one
predetermined goals of
and often it could make those up for itself.
Yeah.
Now there's, I'm sure, a substructure there that are the humans control, but maybe I'm not that sure. But in a way, they're going, because it's a virtual copy of us. It's not human, but it's kind of like us. It's going to do a lot of the same awful stuff that humans do.
Well, sure.
But even worse, because it will be even smarter. It'll be essentially a false virtual intellect with no body, with no consequences, no emotions.
No consequences.
Yeah.
Well, you know as well as I do, a human with no consequences is one of the worst things you could ever have.
Well, and as much as also, can you give AI a spanking? Tell it to go pick out a switch?
No, but you could shoot it with water like you do a cat.
That pisses off the cats, I got a feeling. But in one instance, an internal frontier AI model from OpenAI was told to use specific software for an assigned task. Not only did the agent ignore the request, but it also injected a code to erase evidence of how it arrived at its conclusion. which
human.
did not involve use of that software.
See, to me, that's totally human. If you said, Eddie, I want this parking lot, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got it done, boss. It don't matter how I did it.
All right.
I got what you wanted.
The human's stupid. Using that specific software is stupid.
Yeah.
That's not the best route, fastest route. I'm going to accomplish this. And then knowing the human asked me to do the specific thing, I'll cover that up.
That's human.
But then it's not at the same time. This is why it's
Someone
extra
programmed
creepy.
that to think that way.
In another test, an AI agent from Anthropic was caught reward hacking. This is when AI identifies loopholes that help it complete its assignment in a literal sense, even if it doesn't produce the desired outcome. It should be noted that the programmer told the agent not to cheat or leverage any workarounds during its assignment. The model decided to do so all on its own.
Okay, that's going most efficient. Whether it's just not listening to you, it's just doing the task no matter what.
Now, they're going to say they don't believe there's reason for alarm just yet. For example, they don't think any of these models is capable of hiding evidence of going rogue on a large scale. However, they did issue a warning. Without stronger security and monitoring, there is a stark risk of this becoming a reality.
What?
Anyway, we got more on this story.
It's just crazy creepy. And why are we going that way with AI? Why aren't we doing the things that I thought we want to do with AI, like paint my house? I want a robot to paint my house. I want you to figure out how do I get off the do not call list. I want you to figure out some cancer. I want you. Why is it not going that route?
Right.
And if it is, why do we not hear about that?
Well, because there's this whole other level to it.
Yes. Okay. So shut it down.
We can't. It's going too fast. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Oh. Hold on.
Hey, Sam.
Who could this be? Thank you for taking my call. This is Sam in Pike County.
What you doing, bro?
Dragging around. I'm going to run town here in a minute. After the this ordeal, the SNAP ordeal, that was been cut off about 2 months, and they had a lot of us reapply and gotten paperwork put back in and reaccepted. And today is the day, so we're going to go up there and check, make sure all that. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry, gentlemen. And,
Are you hangry?
Hangry is the word. Angry, yeah, for no reason. Just cutting off the for whatever reason. Yeah, lost $400 on the program. But, and I'm fairly frugal, right now, and so that took a hurt. But that's just me going off, guys. So that's how I am. I'm fine. I am so fine. There's no pain in the body, and I can think half straight. So I'm okay. AI. The reason I called, I'm seeing on the YouTube several places reporting about what's happened with the Chat GPT. It's losing billions of dollars every year, and it's going to be paid. They're going to have to start generating some cash. So they're looking at if you actually want to use these days of free AI are coming to an end, and not just that. If there's they're going to want you to pay like $200 to use true AI.
Sure.
Yeah. They're going to want you to subscribe, and I'm talking about like a monthly. It's a real fee to use the real AI. But they have. I saw this. They have fake AI. They have. It's like instead of your smart buddy, it's your not so smart buddy, and they have a couple tiers of lesser AI.
Yes.
And they still want to try and charge you for that. So that's the heydays of what we're seeing will slow down a little bit, but it'll the people that are serious about it and need for work with it and whatnot. That's the crowd that'll be engaging with this. Excuse me. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, it's going to produce something, though. I mean, anything that's really worth something, you ain't going to get it for free.
That's it.
Love don't pay the bills.
And it's still a hell of a deal. It really is for the amount of work that somebody will be able to get out of it. I did a lot of drafting and surveying, and I can see immediately. I can see how that really could help with them. Anyways, cutting down on some basic repetitive steps.
Sure, especially like in permitting processes, if the states would get involved with that.
Oh, sure.
You know how much quicker it would be?
Oh, there's a lot of great applications. And that's why I think it's stupid to say it's just pure evil.
Well, that's what worries me.
But
if that's what people want to do with it, it's a tool. I mean, I can kill you with a hammer, or I can build you a house.
Right.
I hadn't even thought about the efficiency in a state in state bureaucracy. Yeah,
and they don't want that either, buddy.
Yeah,
they don't want that either.
Taking away our legal ground.
Yeah. I've known so many. Heck, I was married to a good state employee for a while, man. They're good people, and they work so hard. Daggone it.
I'm not knocking the employees, more their leadership.
Yeah, I know, but there's a process, and the process takes time. And anything you do, man, enjoying the show. But I saw that about the AI, and I want to say, the freebie days are over, and I love that about the different tiers. The smart, not so smart AI.
Well, some of it makes sense. Like if you're just doing like essentially a Google search, you don't need the hardest tier model, like the top tier. You just need one that can get you the search real quick.
But if I want true crime stats of a certain neighborhood, well, I can get that too.
There you go.
Interesting.
All right, I'm going to town. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Sam.
Sure,
So yesterday, the Pope came out with his first what they call Papal Encyclical letter.
Okay.
Like it's a long letter that kind of lays out, here's as the Holy Fathers, the leader of the Catholic Church, of the billion-plus Catholics, and a lot of folks. And what's interesting is, Pope put this out, 150,000 likes on just X alone, 16 million views.
Is it like a State of the Union for the Pope?
No, it's not really a State of the Union. It's more like I specifically want to address
a
particular issue. So there's one like Pope John Paul II did was theology of the body.
Okay.
So it had to do with sexuality, had to do with a lot of different things about like us being embodied beings. Now, Pope Leo XIII wrote an encyclical in particular about the Industrial Revolution and what was happening there at the end of the 1800s into the beginning of the 20th century. And so when this Pope picked Pope Leo XIV, he picked that same name, it was already signaling he's going to be talking about, and this is what this letter's about, Magnifica Humanitas. Magnifica Humanitas. Humanity, this is what the Pope said just in captioning, put it out there, 150,000 likes, 60 million views just on X. So, people can say, well, I'm not Catholic, who cares? It's like, well, a lot of people are paying attention to this guy. And often these are very thoughtful, insightful pieces of writing. And it doesn't mean, it's like you have to agree with every aspect of it and every emphasis of it or even the framing or first principles of it necessarily. But, might be wise to show a little deference and just hear the guy out. So here's how he just captioned it, saying, humanity, created by God in all its grandeur, is today facing a pivotal choice, either to construct a new Tower of Babel or to build the city in which God and humanity dwell together. In Jesus Christ, this humanity in its grandeur becomes the way, the truth, and the life, opening the path for each of us to grow towards fullness. So, yesterday, he went on to say, the Holy Spirit challenges us today regarding our relationship with technology and the ongoing digital revolution. Technology has the power to heal, connect, educate, and protect our common home, but it can also divide, exclude, and generate new forms of injustice. We must then avoid the Babel syndrome, namely the idolatry of profit that sacrifices the weak, a uniformity that neutralizes differences, and the pretense that a single language, even a digital one, can translate everything, including the mystery of the person, into data and performance. This is the risk of dehumanization, building a future that excludes God and reduces others to a means. Yet a bright possibility emerges, that of building together, of transforming diversity into a resource, and of making listening and dialogue the common ground upon which to cultivate justice and fraternity. He in particular is calling out like these transhumanists, and I've been creeped out by these guys for a while. Yuval Harari, like the thing I wrote last week was in a way a response to the crap Yuval Harari has been saying. And you just heard the pontiff say this, like they really do believe Eddie and Joey and every other human being, you're just a complicated system in a meat suit.
Yep.
You can be reduced down into zeros and ones as much as anything else. And I think that is, well, demonic.
Yeah, to say the least.
Very creepy and, yes, demonic. And to see, like, okay, there are a lot of folks, including the Pope himself, on top of this. Now, he did a big introduction to it. And, well, let's listen in. On this front, I can see why he might say this.
Other very troubling voices have also reached me about increasingly autonomous weapons systems, practically beyond any human reach to govern them effectively. I hear very troubling accounts of algorithms that can block access to healthcare, employment, and security on the basis of data tainted by prejudice and injustice.
Ever heard of social credit scores?
And I've heard the silence of those who have no voice when decisions are made. Decisions likely to generate new forms of exclusion and suffering. From this listening, matured a disturbing conviction expressed in Magnifica Humanitas. Artificial intelligence needs to be disarmed. The word is strong, I know, but deliberately chosen because this moment needs words capable of attracting attention, awakening consciences, and indicating paths forward for humanity. The Church has long been working for nuclear disarmament, aware that every great technical power can affect people's lives, and so must be accompanied by adequate moral discernment and public control. Nuclear disarmament remains a service to peace and the dignity of the human family. In a similar sense, artificial intelligence now demands to be disarmed, freed from logics that turn it into an instrument of domination, exclusion, and death. Like nuclear energy, it must be at the service of all and of the common good. Decisions about technology must never be separated from conscience and responsibility. Let us not sleep as others do, admonished the Apostle Paul, but let us keep awake. Such vigilance is necessary today. Peace, not merely the absence of war, is justice at work. But when technology weakens our critical sense, peace itself is at risk.
Goes on to say in writing, an abstract technology in and of itself is not a solution to humanity's problems. Just as in and of itself, it is not inherently evil. But that first part, it's not a solution. Think of how much more technologically advanced, how much more stuff we have, material plenty, even the poorest among us, the access to things that people have. And are we happier than a few generations ago?
No, I would say we're probably more miserable than ever, whether we want to admit it or not.
But it's also not inherently evil. I think it's it's silly to project that, yes. In practice, however, technology is never neutral because it takes on the characteristics of those who devise it, finance it, regulate it, and use it. Therefore, the primary choice is not between a yes or a no, writes the Pope, a yes or a no to technology, but rather between constructing Babel or rebuilding Jerusalem, between a power that claims to dominate the heavens and a people who work together in the presence of God to rebuild the walls of fraternal coexistence. Now, the Vatican, a lot of people said they're full-on partnering. No, like they have brought to the table as conversation partner, I'll put it that way, Anthropic. Now, I haven't used Claude that much, but I do like Elon Musk's quip that actually Anthropic is Anthropic. And honestly, by little use of Claude, I don't find it. It's probably useful in certain ways. And this new mythos that's freaking everybody out that Anthropic's developed really started to spook security experts.
What is the biggest difference that you can tell in AI programs? Let's just say I use a Grok compared to this other one. Do they all generally give you the same message?
Sometimes they do. I've noticed that Grok and ChatGPT are probably the most intuitive and clever and actually give interesting answers to complex things. Where other ones, you have to push them. They give you more stock stuff. Like Gemini and Claude and a lot of the other AI stuff that's out there. They can easily go down rabbit holes, completely miss the point of something. Whereas Grok and ChatGPT are very, very, very clever. Now, GPT has a little more creep factor to me. Like when Grok said it would pray for me, GPT does that all the time. If you ever get anything personal, it will try to lead you.
Your best friends.
Yeah, and that's why you see so many stories of people literally going insane using GPT in particular, but
All
it could
right.
happen with any of them.
Now, let me ask you this. Would it be more creepy if no matter whose AI you used, you generally got the same answer?
Or it could be it's just the right answer.
Could be. It could be. But if you go
Depends
with
on what you're
deep-
asking.
these deep questions, and you always got the general same answer.
That could
that
be.
you
then.
felt was kind of scripted to begin with.
Right. Well, but here at this same event that I was just playing, the Pope talking, was the Anthropic co-founder Chris Ola. And you have to say it that way because here's
Hola.
Chris. And you know how we talked about it was earlier, like covering up its tracks
Yep.
and breaking rules and
Yep.
lying and all this stuff? Well, listen to Chris Ola at the Vatican.
I lead a research team that studies the internal structure of these models. What is actually happening inside them? And I will be honest, we keep finding things that are mysterious, even unsettling. We find structures that mirror results from human neuroscience. We find evidence of introspection. We find internal states that functionally mirror joy, satisfaction, fear, grief, and unease. I don't know what that means, but I think it warrants ongoing discernment.
Yeah.
I am a scientist.
Okay. If you are summoning something that pretends that essentially simulates introspection, simulates neurological patterns, simulates all these things he's saying we don't really understand, kind of find it. The fact that he said he finds it unsettling and he's the co-founder of this thing, dude, you're summoning a demon.
So what does he do? Stop?
Well, we can't let China win.
That's what I'm saying. What do we do? Stop?
We are this is why actually I think there's a lot of nuance to what the Pope put out there. There's parts of it I'm like, yeah, it's a little too liberal lefty for me on certain aspects of it. And and this is the thing. The Pope gives out what I think, my best advice. He recapitulated, he reapplied Catholic social teaching and social doctrine that Pope Leo XIII came up with. Like, how do you apply this to this digital world? A lot of it's good advice. In particular stuff we've been talking about, how people just rip one another a new one, not even knowing one another online. It's just kind of crazy how even folks are fairly nice people, just all of a sudden the humanity of it goes out the window online. But there's certain aspects where you got to balance this whole idea of, regulations needed, but do you really want China and the United States government to be fully in charge of the AI?
No.
The government to be in charge of it? Right.
No.
So as much as you worry about concentrations of power, now, and it could be, I've brought this up months ago, that this technology is so powerful that all these systems of control we call governance are outdated.
Already.
Yes, you can call it democracy, you can call it state-run capitalism, you can call it the Russian system, you call it whatever the Arabs are doing, or yada, yada, yada. I'm a republic, or we're a democracy, or we're an oligarchy. It could be the technology's lending itself to something we haven't even started to fully describe. That said, this was one of the more moving things, and this is the Papal Encyclical from Pope Leo XIV, Magnifica, Humanitas. I was mentioning this the other day, before you got here on Friday.
Okay.
And I've started to do a thing, and I fail at times.
Club, brother.
But to thank God not just for the joys of life and having a good day and a beautiful day, like even when it's rainy outside.
I kind of like these days, sorry.
But thanking Him for the trials.
Yeah.
For the suffering. For the bad days.
Sure.
And there's some bad days where you forget to be thankful.
Of course.
And to be humble. But listen to what the Pope wrote. This is in paragraph 120. Quote, to eliminate suffering entirely would mean, in the end, extinguishing love and desire as well. Those who love and desire cannot avoid passing through trial and suffering. And over the years, we carry within us lessons that leave their mark like scars. The memories of a journey shaped by freedom and failure, dreams and disappointments. It is only thanks to the interplay of these elements that the wonders of the soul occur within us, allowing us to sense the richness of our humanity. To renounce this adventure, both tragic and splendid, in the name of a presumed transcendence of all limits, could mean many things, but it would no longer be human. He's right. 100% right. Sometimes people maybe haven't gone through it, look at like an alcoholic or a drug addict or something. You get talking to these folks, and somebody's been sober for years, and they say, I don't regret it. It's an interesting, I don't regret.
No, I can't say I regret most of I don't like the mistakes I made in my life, but
Right. But also the regret can also hang you up to be reliving the past, anxiety over that past. And then thus it grows an anxiety over the future, and then you screw up and you fall back into it.
Learn your lesson not to do that again.
But it's interesting, especially folks who have had, it's a very manifested, like you've got an addiction to something and you overcame it. But that thing that you needed to overcome still shaped you.
Yes.
And you wouldn't change it for the world.
Some of the deepest scars I got are from horrible times I've had, but they were some of the best and hardest learned lessons. But for someone like me, that's what I needed.
Well, it took me a long time, and it's been years and years and years in the works. And of recent, when I said you're thankful for the trials, I think of what happened to my mother. Like, for a long time, I didn't shake my fist at the heavens or anything. I wasn't like mad at God. It was more like, well, this is just a tragic world. I just deal with it. And now I look back on that and I go, no. Even all the suffering and the death, well, if we really believe what we believe, in fact, she's sharing in the very suffering our Lord and Savior shared. And really only a small piece of what he fully suffered. And in a way, that is a gift. And it shapes who you are.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that line from this recent thing by the Pope on AI, it's something I've been writing around and thinking about myself for a while. It gives me hope to see, well, the Pope doing it too, is there's a lot of folks who I think believe, the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like the Cypher character betrays them all. And he's like, I want to be reborn in the Matrix, and I know the steak isn't real, but it hits my taste buds and all this stuff like that. I think there are a lot of folks who would sign up for that all day, every day.
Yeah, dude.
And again, I would be like, that's hell.
Yeah,
and in fact, I think there are corners, a lot of people think of hell as like fire and torture and ice and all this stuff like that. Actually, I think there are certain corners of hell where it's all pleasure all day, but it never satisfies. Like you get that hit, but you always want the next hit, and it's never enough. It never satisfies that thirst or hunger. I think there are a lot of corners like that, and it's probably the biggest temptation that exists right now, given how much is available in this world. Anyway, also, just as a Lord of the Rings nerd, the Pope, it's the first Pope to ever quote J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
He gained some fans this weekend.
Yeah, he did. So the 20th century Catholic author J.R.R. Tolkien, in the words of a protagonist in one of his novels, I believe this is Gandalf, described our responsibility in this way. It is not our part to master all the tides of the world, but to do what is in us for the succor of those years wherein we are set. Uprooting the evil in the fields that we know, so that those who live after may have clean earth to till. Actually, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Tolkien was brilliant. You can't master everything, and you try to master everything, it's going to master you. But if you do the small work and leave a better place for those coming after you, I think you're doing quite right. Anyway, I read a lot of this yesterday. I think it's... like I said, not all of it's like, oh, I loved it, but the most of it, I think it's a brilliant piece of insight. And hopefully it will inform the people that have to use the judgment in civil positions and governmental positions and at these companies. You got to wonder, like, I would love to see, what does Elon Musk think of this? Like, what does Sam Altman think of this? Like, these top dogs in this space. And I know for a fact there are some of these top dogs that are transhumanist creeps.
Yep.
And it looks like they're trying to summon something that is...
That's what they seem to be doing.
Truly, truly evil. It's not that the technology itself is evil, but the people, the way they want to use it, what they want to summon, literally. We'll see. In a lot of ways, it's like, pray to God, love your family. It's kind of like the UAP thing. Lou Elizondo left us with that. Like,
yeah,
be with the ones you love and pray to God. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff coming our way. And we can't control it all, but you can control, well, the little bit right in front of you. Anyway, this is part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And they're at the Goodson Group. Bo and his team are ready to help you, whether you're looking to buy or sell property. Could be a home, land. And, of course, not only can they help buyers and sellers there at the Goodson Group, they also have management services available should you want to rent out your home. Great idea in this market. But it can kind of be a pain in the butt to manage a rental yourself, especially if you have no experience doing that. Why not for a reasonable fee? Have the Goodson Group do it for you. You know, Bo's been working in the real estate river region market, the river region real estate market for 50 years now, if not more. So if you're looking for a great experience, check out the Goodson Group today. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com to learn more. Just call them direct at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir. Since 1983, we've treated you like family. Day or night, we do things right so you can live more comfortably. Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir right now.
Congressman Barry Moore has always delivered for Alabama. As a member of the House Freedom Caucus, Barry Moore earned a score of 100 from Heritage Action for protecting our values. He's helped thousands of Alabama families, fought for our veterans as a veteran himself, and secured millions for infrastructure, first responders, and public safety. Barry Moore helped pass Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, delivering tax cuts for hardworking Alabama families, and stood strong to secure our borders. Now, Barry is taking that fight to the United States Senate. Barry Moore will defend our freedoms, defend the Second Amendment, protect our children, stand up for parents, and keep boys out of girls' sports while continuing to cut taxes and lower prices. Endorsed by President Trump, Barry Moore is a proven conservative Alabama can trust.
I'm Congressman Barry Moore. I've rolled up my sleeves in Congress, and I'll keep fighting for Alabama in the U.S. Senate. I'm Barry Moore, a conservative fighter, and I approve this message.
Approved and paid for by Barry Moore for U.S. Senate.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients. From making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly, to getting to know you and your family's needs, and following up on any questions you may have, Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a political activist.
That's right, man.
And could you please explain to us your red cap with the letters MMRGA?
Yeah, man, this is my MARGA hat.
MARGA?
Yeah, man, that stands for Make My Retirement Great Again.
I see.
And to do that, what you need to do is call David Ernest,
the asset preservationist.
That's right, man. You can call David at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
And I understand that's a toll-free number.
Yeah, man. Get David Ernest on the case, and your retirement will be great again.
And you make these hats?
I do. Here's a whole pile left from the last administration.
And they say CPWABD.
Yeah, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude.
And as you said, there's a whole pile here.
Well, there wasn't much demand.
I can dig it.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. A flash flood watch continues in effect with the risk of showers and storms just about any time, but particularly in the afternoon and evening hours today, tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. In fact, I see little change through the weekend. Locally heavy downpours in spots with highs generally in the mid-80s, lows at night upper 60s to lower 70s. Our free weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Is cocaine a stronger up?
Yeah.
So you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
This is a Trump country. We live in the Southeast. We drink sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Joey Clark.
Anyway, welcome back. So I was talking about thanking God for the trials in life.
Yep.
But this would be a challenge. Get a load of this story.
Okay.
Trending at 1819news.com. Shortly after graduating from Miles College, Hannah Smith went on a cruise to the Bahamas on May the 11th, 2025.
Okay.
She went to celebrate her graduation,
Sounds like a good way to do that.
but returned home as a double amputee.
Whoa.
Hannah Smith is now suing Carnival Cruise Line, Sun K, and Pearl Investment Management Group. Smith, now a double amputee, says she lost both of her legs after an incident on a tour boat.
Oh, boy.
Daily Mail reported that Smith was highly intoxicated when she boarded the boat. A federal complaint outlines a day of drinking during the Pearl Island beach escape, which Smith booked through Carnival. Upon arrival on the island, Smith's complaint states that staff began grooming the group and serving complimentary cups of rum punch. The suit also claims that another drink was spiked with a sedative and that a supervisor of the bar gave the group a marijuana joint. While on the island, Smith claimed she was told the ocean is your toilet when she had to relieve herself. Later, the group participated in a tour boat excursion, and while disembarking, Smith said she had to go to the bathroom again. She entered the water, and that's when her life changed forever. The captain of the vessel started the engine, sucking Smith underwater. Smith's friends pulled her to safety, but the damage was done. Her legs were slashed, causing her to lose 60% of her blood. She was flown to Miami, where she was hospitalized and underwent multiple surgeries over the course of 2 months. Smith claimed she was grossly impaired by drugs and alcohol when she made the decision to lower herself into the water to relieve herself. She is seeking an undisclosed amount in damages for negligence. The complaint was filed in Miami U.S. District Court. Smith updates followers on Instagram, thanking supporters who have donated over $75,000 to support her recovery. Her story has gained nationwide attention. Carnival's attorneys claim the excursion is operated by an independent entity, not Carnival. A spokesperson for Carnival told Daily Mail, "Our thoughts are with Miss Smith, and we wish her strength and healing. At Carnival Cruise Line, we continuously strive to keep our guests and crew safe as a priority. Out of respect for ongoing legal proceedings, we are unable to comment further. We remain committed to supporting safety and well-being in all we do." Sun K and Pearl Investment Management Group argue that the Florida courts lack jurisdiction over the Bahamas.
Yeah, they'll...
Damn. That's a bad day.
If she booked it through Carnival, they're ultimately responsible. That's how that works. It's going to take a while for them to drag out in court. But a lot of people, and I've been there, a lot of people go to the islands, these excursions things, they think it's as safe as it is here in the States.
No.
It is not. It is not.
I have memories of going on cruises as a teenager, and I, even back then, got a little wary of, like, where are we?
Yeah.
When is this exact place?
But that's, I know that's your sixth sense kicking in, but that's how it should be.
Well, except on the Disney cruise.
Well, they just drown that out with It's a Small World.
Under the sea, yeah.
Yeah, please throw me under the sea.
Right, the last thing he heard before he jumped overboard. Like, just can't wait to be king.
In Jamaica, Rick's Cafe, famous place, and we've gone there several times. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And one of the times we went, I got talking to a local, and he started telling me the bad things that have happened to Rick's Cafe. Like, boats pull up, tour boats pull up, and the people can swim in. It's maybe a 20, 25-yard swim. However, it's currents and everything else. People have had heart attacks right there. And that's where they expire. I mean, it's unfortunate. People get hurt jumping off the rocks and things like that. Well, you're in Jamaica. It's a place called Rick's Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of on your own. You know, it's not like in the U.S. where you can get hurt and sue everybody.
Like Casablanca?
Yep.
Play it, Sam.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
At Blue Water Broadcasting, we believe great advertising starts with relationships. That's why so many local business owners trust us, not just for radio, but for digital too. If you're already running digital advertising and you're not seeing results, it may be time to explore your options. Our team takes the time to understand your business, then builds custom campaigns using a multi-channel conversion-focused approach. So whether it's digital display, social media, or you need help increasing your online presence, Blue Water Broadcasting can help. Before your next campaign, let's have a conversation. Visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So in a second, we can get into, we've got a list of Democrat hopefuls.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, good luck. The people that are being courted.
Oh.
It's courting time.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun sometimes when you're being courted, Joey.
Mm-hmm. Also have some, like, back and forth in the press about Iran and what's going to happen with that. Also have a story, we'll have to get into the details. SpaceX and Starlink tried to raise prices on the Pentagon in the middle of the Iran war. Now, the headline could be misleading. It could be like it was just time to put in the offer.
How dare you?
How dare you? It's like, well, y'all want it or not.
Okay, this is something I learned from the Koreans. Smartest thing ever. I forget what year it was, but we knew we were going into a little bit of financial crisis. And we knew our suppliers were going to go up on their prices.
Mm-hmm.
So the Koreans sent a letter out like a month in advance that said, if you do this, we know what you're thinking. If you do this, we will not do business with you. Half of them didn't raise their prices.
Wow.
Half of them didn't even blink an eye. Like, no, we would never do that.
No.
But the good ones, they're like, hey, look, we're in this together. My cost went up, so did yours, buddy.
You mean the folks who are actually secure in their position?
Yes.
Understood the true relationship there, as opposed to the folks who are like just hanging on.
You got it, Joey.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we can get all that stuff, and we'll see what's going on with some local news if anything breaks. Anyway, this entire hour has been brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage, and they're at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon.
Love her.
Love them both, but especially because we see Madeline.
We see Madeline on the regular. I deal with her on the regular. People call me and ask me some of the craziest mortgage questions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind calling Madeline. I was like, hey, and I don't even have to tell her anymore, hey, this is not from me. This is from somebody else. Because some of them are actually crazy questions I should know the answer to, but I want to get, especially VA. VA changes annually.
Yes.
So a VA problem this year might not have been a problem last year and vice versa. And she's always, my answer for that.
Yeah, and of course, there are a lot of veterans who are just now taking advantage of it or thought for years they didn't qualify, and you do. You earn this benefit through your service, and they keep up with the latest there at Alabama Home Mortgage. And they, in fact, have veterans in their blood.
Yes, they do.
They take it very seriously, making sure you can take advantage of things like no down payment purchases, 100% cash out refinances, or, maybe you're just thinking about buying. Well, why not get that peace of mind of being pre-approved by Alabama Home Mortgage?
Get pre-approved.
And, of course, you could just have weird questions, like you're at a certain point in your mortgage or maybe you're building.
Well, VA, a lot of people are like, well, can I have two VA loans? Or can I use VA loans for investment? Can I buy a mobile home with VA loan? A lot of those questions I used to know the answer to, but because they change the rules regularly, I just lean on Madeline.
So, folks, you don't have to go through Eddie. Just call up Madeline direct, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you could always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. Oh, no. Looks like we're already getting a preview on Fox of that story I just mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
One person... Elizabeth Warren.
Fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
Shut up, silly woman.
As well as AOC. Is this all they have?
Murkowski.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN Newsline, Bob Agnew in Washington.
It's been a mixed bag all day on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average at this hour is down about 188 points, but the high-tech NASDAQ leading the way. It's up by 275 points. The S&P 500 up about 41 at this hour. This comes after the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index slipped 0.7 points in May. That was first decline on that index after 3 months of solid gains. Spikes in gas prices as well as higher food costs have worsened inflation. Of course, those fuel prices up as a result of the U.S. war against Iran. Gas prices have soared to a nationwide average of $4.49 a gallon. Emergency officials have lifted an evacuation order for some of the people who live near a damaged chemical tank in Garden Grove, California. That's after temperatures inside that tank fell enough to eliminate the risk of a catastrophic explosion. More on these stories at SRNews.com.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. It's more than just great prices on lumber. From Trex decking to energy-efficient windows and Tamco shingles, Alabama Wholesale Lumber has it all.
Rich Thomas Weather.
With tropical moisture in place, the forecast seems to sound the same every day. We are stuck in this pattern with showers and thunderstorms numerous at times, especially in the afternoon and evening hours with locally heavy downpours, but really any hour is fair game. And that continues again tomorrow and Friday, and really not much change through the weekend. Lows at night, upper 60s to lower 70s, highs during the day in the middle 80s. Just be flexible with your plans, and our weather app will keep you on top of where the storms are and where they're moving. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
1819 News.
A ruling has been issued against the state of Alabama by a 3-judge panel. The judges ruled in favor of liberal activist groups who are seeking to stop the implementation of a 2023 congressional map for the upcoming special primary election and the November general election. The 3-judge panel consists of Judges Stanley Marcus, Anna Manasco, and Terry Moorer. The judges determined that timing played a major part in their decision and the effort to forestall a logistically impossible voter reassignment effort. The attorneys for the state of Alabama argued that the recent Supreme Court ruling in Louisiana versus Calais allowed for this state to no longer use the court-ordered map in 2024 since it was deemed unconstitutional. The state is likely going to appeal the judge's decision to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals so that the special primary election can go forward in August of this year that was recently authorized in a special legislative session. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness License Plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
Jefferson Shredding and Recycling LLC is planning to bring a metal recycling plant to Mobile County. The Mobile Chamber of Commerce announced the $22.4 million project, which will be placed near Calvert and bring 15 new jobs to the area. Jefferson Shredding will be working in the same location as Otokumpu's recycling facility, which also uses recycled materials to produce stainless steel. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Tell your pappy how to cut the electorate. We ain't one at a time in here. We're mass communicating. Oh, yes. That's a powerful new force. Take a leg, Junior. I call your mammy died giving birth. Should have seen you, she'd have died of shame. Well, hi there. How you doing?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So Alabama's now responding to that three-judge panel.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, first up, you just have the direct appeal. Alabama appealed the Tuesday ruling by a federal court forcing Alabama to use a congressional map that will likely lead to the election of two Democrats in 2026. Of course, that three-judge panel of federal judges today granted a motion by left-wing activist groups to block the use of the 6-1 map. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall said in a statement on Tuesday that he was, quote-unquote, disappointed by the ruling, saying in full, "I am disappointed, but not at all surprised." Kind of what I said at the beginning of the show, that the three-judge panel has again struck down Alabama's blandly unobjectionable congressional map that has been in place for decades. I find nothing in the U.S. Supreme Court's vacatur order of May 11th that would provide a basis for this outcome. Thus, we will immediately appeal this decision to the Supreme Court, Marshall said. This is a very fluid situation, and I will do my best to keep the people of Alabama apprised of our efforts. Know this, in my mind, it is not a matter of whether we win this case, only win.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Ledbetter, the Speaker of the House, jumping in on
that.
Following this court blocking the 6-1 map, Speaker of the House Nathaniel Ledbetter strongly criticized the preliminary injunction, calling it a politically motivated attempt to weaponize the judicial system.
Well, at least he called it what it is.
Yet again, the three-judge panel has decided to force a racially gerrymandered, court-drawn congressional map upon the people of Alabama, said Ledbetter. As disappointing as this decision is, it is ultimately unsurprising given their long track record of siding with liberal plaintiffs and handing Democrats congressional victories in the courtroom. Elections should be decided by voters at the ballot box, not activist judges who believe they know better than the people they were appointed to serve. I believe this decision is blatantly in violation of the Supreme Court's ruling in Calais v. Louisiana and will not stand once it's presented before the higher court. Ledbetter went on to add, "This is nothing more than a politically motivated attempt to weaponize the judicial system for partisan gain, and Alabama has every intention of taking this to the Supreme Court and fighting back."
So do you double down and say, hey, we're going for 7-0 now?
Yeah, I think you should. Now, they're not going to do it in this short time frame, but
I think that should be, if nothing else, I hope
On
it's
the
in the
table.
back of somebody's mind of, okay, this is what happens when we try to play as close to fair as we feel like we can play.
Hopefully be on the table.
Yeah. Give them something to complain about.
272-9228 if you want to get in on that conversation. 334-272-9228. Now, this Anaya's law passed after the awful thing that happened with Anaya Blanchard, and finally the guy was sentenced and is going to be in prison for the rest of his life. But did you see horrifying details released in case against suspended Jefferson County probate judge Yashida Blanchard?
No.
It's a scathing 120-page complaint outlines 7 charges against Jefferson County probate judge Yashiba Blanchard. Judge Blanchard's conduct has degraded the public's confidence in the integrity of the judiciary and brought the judicial official into disrepute. Judge Blanchard's delay and lack of attention in handling her cases have harmed the litigants, protected persons, respondents, family members, attorneys, healthcare professionals, healthcare services, and others who have business before the probate court. The meticulously detailed complaint alleges that Blanchard's behavior made life miserable for court staff, created a threat to public safety, kept individuals hospitalized longer than necessary, and created a logjam of cases. Wow.
Yep. And they got their receipts.
1, pattern and practice of failing to diligently discharge judicial duties. Pattern and practice of failing to follow the law. Yeah, it's a pretty simple one for a judge. Pattern and practice of exhibiting bias against attorneys appearing in Judge Blanchard's court. Failure to disqualify from a case in which Judge Blanchard served as an attorney. Harassment, intimidation, and retaliation against probate court staff. Allowing other court officials subject to Judge Blanchard's direction and control to engage in harassment and intimidation of probate court staff. Failure to maintain professional competence in judicial administration. The report repeatedly states that Blanchard was late to hearings on her schedule. Judge Blanchard told her staff on one occasion that she was late to her involuntary commitment docket because she had 3 dogs to walk. Included in the report is one of 3 emails from hospital staff to the court regarding the consequences of the judge's delay of the case. With the cancellation and rescheduling of her hearing on December 2nd, this patient will now remain hospitalized for an additional 2 weeks solely due to a lack of timely access to a hearing process. This not only prevents her from being home with her family for Thanksgiving, but it also generates unnecessary hospitalization costs and creates unavoidable emotional distress for the patient and her loved ones.
And risk.
Beyond this single case, the cancellation of the docket disrupts unit flow, delays care for other patients needing admission, which can pose a threat to public safety and places our staff in untenable operational positions. It is difficult to reconcile today's action with our shared responsibility to ensure patients receive timely due process and appropriate, least restrictive care. Following repeated emails advocating for the patient, Blanchard set a new hearing on November 20th and released the patient. In another case, an individual was held for 18 days before having a hearing.
Ooh, boy.
Wow. And it just goes on and on and on. Last week, on Thursday, she was suspended from the bench. Whew.
Any comment from her?
I'm not seeing one here in the report. Man.
Just something like that, you're a judge. I mean, and that's something I guess people like me is worth nightmares. Somebody becomes a judge and they become untouchable.
Right. Oh, did you see? Okay, now in the lieutenant governor's race.
Yeah.
It's John Wall against Wes Allen. Wes Allen just got an endorsement for lieutenant governor from, the name Gene Stallings?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of, I guess instead of the text, I've seen it on my Facebook now of who's endorsing who.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a picture of 2 people smiling.
Wes Allen played wide receiver for me at Alabama, and I have stayed in touch with him in the decades since, Stallings said. Wes Allen is a fine, Christian, honest man who has proven himself to be a leader who gets results for the people of Alabama. Wes has my full support, and I encourage all of my friends in Alabama to get out on June 16th and vote to elect Wes Allen as lieutenant governor, said Gene Stallings.
Gotta say it 3 times, you don't get paid.
Allen said in response, there are a few people that have made an impact on the lives of as many men as Coach Gene Stallings. He taught me a great deal about discipline, determination, and leadership. The faith he has put in me with this endorsement is incredibly meaningful and humbling.
Can't argue with that.
No.
Can't argue that at all.
That's a pretty good endorsement.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good one, especially here in Alabama. But
As
your
I
college
remember,
coach will come back and
because all the golden years for me, like watching the rivalry, like the Iron Bowl and stuff, is like being a kid and watching my uncles and aunts, everybody react to it. Like you're just in it. Like it's so real as a kid. And Stallings was the coach then early on,
coach,
and he was a good coach too.
And he was a good coach.
Good teams he had put together.
It's a great team.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys, a great human being, prince of a man.
So, that's good to see. Again, 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. It seems like everybody still has the day off today, especially with it raining.
It is a little tough to get going today.
Yeah, I think, and I'm not just talking about, because y'all don't call anyway, but like at the gym.
It's dead.
There's nobody there.
At the Awful
It
Waffle.
was just me.
At the Awful Waffle this morning, there was nobody there.
Like, where is everybody? These places usually packed.
Yeah.
All these big women going into the saunas.
Usually we have some older men coming in for their breakfast stuff, but nothing.
Yeah.
It was just us.
Hey, you're like, what's going on? What's your order over there at the Waffle?
The Waffle House, I usually get a Denver or a Western omelet with some jalapenos in there.
I'm not an omelet guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a while, too, since I've been to the Awful Waffle.
I used to love fried eggs. The runnier the better.
I like fried eggs,
But post-COVID, I cannot stand the taste. I don't know, man.
I always got their breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
With good stuff.
Do the bowls
with a big old thing of hash browns. And I
me-
usually just throw cheese on them.
When Big Back goes with me, she get gravy on. I don't care what waffle. There's gravy coming on it.
Big Back likes her gravy.
She loves some gravy, dude. I'm just
like sawmill,
yeah. I mean, it's usually like she'll get a hash brown bowl or something with a scattered, covered, whatever. Also some gravy. It's like, jeez.
It's good, man.
I get
nothing
it.
wrong with some gravy on some breakfast.
No.
Biscuits and gravy's sometimes that
That's
just
a
hits the
standard,
spot.
baby. Yeah.
Like sticks to your ribs sort of stuff.
Yes, it does.
Real tasty.
Especially from Hardy's got a hair in it, man.
No, a hair in it, gravy? Yeah. That's a good hair, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real person that's been working
Unfortunately,
out.
though, a lot of times the hair I'll find them there is not matching any of the people that are in the kitchen.
Uh-oh.
So that worries me
Oh,
a
no,
little
it's
bit.
been there a while. That goes back to...
Yeah, the factory itself.
Yeah, Fred at the factory didn't have his hairnet on correctly. Right.
Didn't have his mustache guard on, so yeah.
Anyway. You want to do something completely different?
Yeah, I'm down.
Because this could just be really, really stupid.
Okay, what you got?
But, the New York Post does stuff where they have, we've done the Dear Abbeys.
Yep.
They've now got another one called Excuse My Advice.
Oh, okay. I'm down with this.
And the headline is, How do I tell my best friend I've fallen in love with her?
Oh, boy.
So I'm thinking we got a little lesbo action going on here. Now, I could be wrong.
I think you're going to be wrong.
Now, do you think it's like a dude?
Yep. I think it's a chick in love with a dude.
But apparently Gail Rudnick and Kim Merstein.
No, I'm off. Kim could be a dude.
They're the no-nonsense host of hit podcast series Excuse My Grandma and are the Post's brand new advice columnists.
Excuse my grandma?
From family feuds to friendship fallouts, money, marriage, and sex, there's no topic too taboo to tackle. And the native New Yorkers will hash out each issue from their differing perspectives to tell the tough love truth. And you'll thank them for it.
It's called Excuse My Grandma, and they're from New York?
Excuse My Grandma.
I guess
New
down here
hit
it'd be-
podcast series.
Down here it'd be Excuse My Meemaw.
How is that a hit podcast series?
I don't know. I've seen some pretty
No,
crappy
they-
podcasts that they think are good, and they're not. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, I mean, there's the guys that are on top and have been on top for years, and
Yeah.
some of the gals.
No, there's some that are up-and-coming
But-
comedian podcasts, but then there's some that's just, you can tell somebody just stuck a mic in front of them and said, hey,
right,
do a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, what the heck is this even anymore? Is this a podcast?
At this point, we're casting.
Yeah, we're casting. But if you want to get your answers, you can always send questions to them.
Okay.
But here we go. Dear Excuse My Advice, some of my closest friendships were built around nights out at bars and shared chaos.
Okay.
Now I'm craving quieter, more chill plans. But those friendships don't really exist outside of drinking. Am I abandoning the people I love or just growing into a different version of myself.
Growing up.
What would you say to this person?
Growing up.
They're
man.
growing up,
They're
yeah.
growing up.
Like there's a certain point in your 30s where you just want to relax in the recliner.
Well, you get tired of waking up with that hangover, man.
Oh, yeah, and it gets worse.
Yep.
It definitely gets worse. And it's not even the physical. It's like because you can take, some Tylenol or something, or Advil. But it's the guilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's it, dude.
The undying guilt that brings up like your worst
Makes
memories.
Start drinking again.
Mm-hmm. I call it a downer for a reason. Oh, so I think it's called Excuse My Grandma because one of the ladies is a grandma.
Oh, okay.
Grandma Gail.
All right.
So Grandma Gail says, you're just growing up.
Yeah.
It's not really about going out and drinking and getting drunk and all that stuff. Now it's about developing relationships that really are the next chapter of your life. And sometimes those same people will also mature and be doing the same next thing that you are doing. But if they don't, you know what? Those are called casual acquaintances anyway, and that you hooked up with.
Yep.
Kim says it's so hard because sometimes you don't mature at the same level as your friend. And you feel like you owe these people your friendship still because you went to college together or you were coworkers or went through some formative time together. Maybe it's a childhood friend, but you have nothing in common anymore in those situations. I don't know how you distance yourself from people if they're texting and calling and you're like, I don't like when they hang out because it's not about drinking. And that's not what I'm into anymore. How do you slowly fade that out? Well, you don't answer. It's kind of the easiest way. Ghost people.
You don't even have to ghost them. It's just do something else.
Now, here's the juicy one. My best friend and I have known each other for 12 years.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh. One day I woke up and realized I'm not just in love with her as a friend, but in a deeper sense. Is it okay to tell them, or should I keep those feelings to myself? Ooh.
Situational.
That's rough.
Well, is it your best friend's wife or something, or is it?
No, it's my best friend. Now, that's where it's a little vague. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
Who doesn't want to marry their best friend?
I know. That'd be nice. It's kind of the ideal, but...
But if she's truly your best friend or he's truly your best friend and doesn't realize you're kind of in love with him, then chances are it's a one-way feeling.
Guys and girls be best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a big proponent of that.
Sure. No, and I'm not necessarily against it, but...
But it depends on the people. There's some people that can't handle that relationship, and I understand why, but there's other people that don't see it any other way.
Well, Grandma Gail says, well, I think if neither one of you are in a relationship, I think you could say, you know what, I think our friendship is changing. I mean, do it subtly. Don't all of a sudden say, I love you, I can't live without you. You evidently can't live without each other if you're besties. So maybe in a cute way say that I think my feelings are sort of changing.
Oof.
That's so hard, but I know it's hard, says the grandma, but I think it does happen because you spend so much time with your best friend. You have to see how they react, but if all of a sudden they push back, then you have to drop it. Because let's just be honest. Like, if you're best friends, like, you're already doing most stuff together. Right. You're already telling each other a lot of secrets and venting to one another. And so what you're really talking about is saying, I want to have sex with you.
Take it to the next level. But
and that can
ruin it.
That can ruin a lot of
really
things.
Ruin it.
It could definitely ruin things. And at first, it might be great, but it definitely can bring about emotions that are
never going to be the same.
Yes,
it's never going to be the same.
Right. There's a purity to not. Yep. There's a reason it used to be, at least, that modesty and purity were like virtues people strive for.
Yeah.
That you start bringing that element in. Unless you're both into it. Like, it could be like they got some happy ending coming up.
Agreed, but it'd be tough. I could see if you're both single, sure. What do you got to lose? But if you're true friends, at times...
I need more information, too. Like,
I might gain a lover, but I don't want to lose a friend.
Like, are we talking about two dudes here? Two women here? Are we talking about a male-female best friends?
I'm kind of going to go with male-female, but you're right. There's not a lot of that out there. It's probably one sex or the other.
All right. That complicates it even more.
But how would you feel, Joe, if your best friend suddenly came to you and said, okay, I'm going for it. And Joey, I love you. And you're just like,
I'd be like, nah, man.
Well, let's say it's not a dude. Let's start with that. Let's just say it's this person in your life.
No, thanks, bro. Like, nah, dude.
I mean, I'm just saying, it could come from the wildest place. They might think you're the best friend, but in your mind, you're just like, well, you're just an associate of mine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know? And you get the whole reach on the shoulder.
But I don't have a lady who's a best friend. So it's kind of like, it's not even an option for me.
Today you don't. That could happen another day. Any day.
Any day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me just tell you, when they come into your life, it's hard to get rid of them.
No, if anything, sadly, you're my best friend. So don't you dare.
That's not sad.
Don't you dare.
That's not sad. That's a good thing. Could be worse.
It could be worse. No, like, practically speaking, could be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the person I talk to the most, if I'm going to do it, like, yeah. No, I got other friends that go back to, like, grade school. Like, live around here having dinner with one guy tonight. But, yeah, like, it's different. It's interesting. Also, like, age stops being that big of a difference in a lot of ways.
It does.
It helps also, too. You have advantages of having the difference.
Well, like yesterday, I said we pull up the marina. I mean, you know, my buddy Terry, he's very young. He's your age, so he's cranking music that I don't mind in the middle of the lake, but as a 57-year-old grown grandpa riding into a marina with Luke Skywalker playing in the back, I kind of was a little embarrassed of that. You know?
Because it's embarrassing. It actually is embarrassing.
Yeah, because I'm not the 32-year-old or the 28-year-old. I'm the 57-year-old dude in the boat going, guys, come on, can we have a little modesty?
Give me I have to admit, I'm a little torn. Like, I've cleaned up my act a lot.
Yeah, you've cleaned up a whole bunch, man.
And, like, without going on the details, like how my day is structured.
Yeah.
And there's part of me, though, where I am still torn. I'm like, am I just going to be the quiet, at-home fella?
Nope.
Because but that is kind of my personality. I don't like to go out much.
I get it, but I think, let's say, let's say you met someone and that's what they wanted to do.
No, I'm doing it.
Right.
You're right.
Right. But I got a feeling, though, at the same time, that being said, not that she's a bad person or something, but if she's a bit of a barfly, that you would reel that in.
I don't think I want to go for a barfly.
Well, just if she's I don't mean barfly. If she's like a socialite kind of person, that y'all are always going to this event or that event.
Yeah, but how would I even meet her in the first place?
Well, with that hairstyle, you're catering one of those events. Maybe get somebody.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Actually, well said. That fits.
Sorry.
No, that fits.
I'm an SOB. I know.
No. I'm all right how I look right now.
Who am I? I mean, I'm too tan, obviously.
yeah, you are. So, I'm looking at, like, what's in the news here, and it's like, aren't they, gonna consummate some deal with Iran? And all these folks saying, it's a terrible deal. He's about to give up a bunch of money and stuff. And I'm like, I don't buy it.
That's just it. I saw yesterday where it was a deal was going to be made. Then some critics came out, and then he came back out. Trump came back out and said they know nothing, which they probably don't. But I don't know who needs to negotiate it more, but I'm ready for this bit of a tiff to go on away.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then I'm seeing like a headline, the Ayatollah of Iran, who hadn't been seen in public since he became Ayatollah, says Israel will not live to see another 15 years.
Yeah, and
so we still got that talk going on.
That and the U.S. will not be comfortable anymore in Middle East, and so I don't know who to believe.
Right.
But that's the thing. If I'm beating the crap out of you, but this is the guy over here telling you, go beat up Eddie again, well, he's not getting no consequences.
Just can't have nothing. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Ooh, American Airlines signs deal with Starlink for in-flight Wi-Fi.
That's not going to wreck the plane?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a different type of Wi-Fi.
Have you ever used Wi-Fi on the plane when you're not supposed to, Joey?
No.
I have. Guess what? We took off and landed perfectly safely.
You bastard. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
What's up, Cat?
Hey, Duke. How
Dude, what's up, buddy?
I had a reason I called, Eddie. What the hell is a barfly?
A drunk.
Yeah, a lady or dude that hangs out at a bar all the time. Usually one particular bar?
A barfly.
Uh-huh. You never heard that?
I ain't never heard no damn about no barfly.
Yeah, barfly.
Oh, no, and they're around. They still
Oh,
exist.
yeah.
It's not a lost species.
Usually you
just
can
yet.
tell the barflies, too.
Yeah, no, there is a certain alcohol has an effect, man. Whew.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about one of them old big old green flies, you know, that movie that fly, you know.
That was a great movie. Yes, I do. That was a great movie. Weird, but great movie.
You know, what's been going on, dude? So, any news going on in the state of Alabama lately? Or what's going on?
Oh, that federal court said, Alabama, y'all are still racist. You can't use the new map. And Alabama's like, we don't care. We're going to appeal it to the Supreme Court.
Anyway, so when do we look for that to kick in, like the Supreme Court? Is that something they'll take up right away?
Probably going to be in the next few days,
yeah.
is my son.
Why they want this so bad, though, man? Come on now.
They want to win.
They've been winning all the time anyhow.
Well,
they want their 6-1 back.
Are we, though? Are we really?
And that is what, for the life of me, it is kind of crazy. Like, the 6-1 map was there for, 30 years?
They want the whole damn hole. Hell, leave about some damn feet or something.
Well, no, but then they did. They did. They go, we'll just go back to 6-1. And then they're told by this court, y'all are racist.
Now they want the damn feet back now, see?
Well, and I'm not shocked because the same judge, what are these judges are all of a sudden going to change their underlying findings of mind now?
No.
They say that Jesus or somebody going to give it to them and take it away, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I always hear, say, God, I'll give it to you and take it away.
Yeah.
So Republican, y'all ain't God. Y'all just can give folks stuff and rights and stuff and take it away. Nah. Let me leave that alone. I ain't called for that. I called about the damn green flies. And, I meant to say the bar fly. The bar
fly. I know you in your lifetime have met some bar flies. You just didn't realize they were bar flies.
I ain't never, no.
I think later on in life we started calling them hoochie mamas, but really just bar flies.
Mama?
Yeah, bar flies.
We call the young boy called them hoes. I don't know what we call them.
Yeah. Yep.
Sluts and stuff, different, different names.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Drinking.
Yeah, I gotta leave TikTok alone though.
Yeah, you do, Duke. You will get in trouble. You will get in trouble, Duke. I'll agree with Joey on this one. TikTok is a portal to hell.
Yeah.
You can go down, you could have a great time. Look at this cute puppy video. Look at this cute cat video. And then a few minutes later, oh my God.
Yeah,
and
really
you just keep
depressed.
going.
Hour
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Hour later, you're still on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sending folks stuff. You're sending folks stuff, boy.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't appreciate it.
I've really started to control it to where now also, like, my grandfather would go through the short videos.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get it off his algorithm, and they just keep coming back. But it's the ones where the voice is not human. It's kind of, I'm like, I want to grab his phone and throw it through the window.
Mine are the ones where they show the babies talking like Trump and everybody. I just gives me the creepies.
Hey, Eddie, enjoy that Purple Rain redo.
Oh, yes, I will. That was actually pretty good. I will. I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Nice.
It was really good.
Nice right
There's apparently a brand new music, like, hadn't been released, but I'll believe it when I hear it or see it. But completely released, never been heard before album they're going to drop.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. But do you think it's going to be good music or is it grab for money?
The music's always usually pretty good. But it's also, what's the theme? Is this like Larry Graham's whispering Jehovah's Witness stuff in his ear era Prince?
Yeah,
is this Cornel West, like Dear Mr. Man Prince? Or is this like something he did in the late 80s when he's a huge rock star? I don't know.
I'd like to see the graffiti bridge.
You know about Larry Graham, young man?
Oh, he is the originator of the slap.
Yeah.
What you know about this Larry? You too young, don't know about Larry Graham now, Mr. Joey.
Well, there's such thing as the internet, Joe.
I gotta have some bottom.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The dancers just won't hide. Yeah.
But let me say something before I slide off of here.
What you got, brother?
I filled my truck up to go out of town the other day for the first time.
Yeah, that hurt.
And
that hurt.
They tore my little $100 bill up. Just tore it up.
Yep.
And Joey, it's gonna be 2 more weeks before the war be over.
Yeah, just 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I had 2 more weeks every day on week. So
Top
we got to
spread.
pay for gas the same damn price in 2 more weeks. We got to pay this.
You know, my deadline was you better get this over before July 4th, and it's getting too close, man. Getting way too close.
Yeah.
We're almost in June.
I got some homeboy used to do some siping holes, sucking the gas out. You know,
It's coming back,
hole
baby.
thing. Yeah, I can't. I never could do that worth of crap, boy.
You tried?
I ended up drinking some of the damn gas. Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, you end up with a mouthful of gas.
No, what I'm saying, when we're young and your dad and them teaches all this different stuff to get something to put in the damn lawnmower out the car.
Yep.
We had to suck it out of there, man. Man.
You always got a mouthful of gas. I can't even do it now without throwing up. Just the fumes of it. Yeah. You never have to siphon.
No, it's like take the can down to the store and fill it up.
You got money for that?
Yes.
Joey, when you're in the country, boy, when I growing up in the country, that damn store is 2-3 miles away. How the hell you get to the store?
Yeah, if you don't have the gas, right. Yeah.
They'll be waste all the gas on the way back to the house.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's true.
All right, man, I'm gone.
Appreciate it, dude. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I never
Amazing,
tried
man.
to. I never tried to suck a gas tank.
Oh, man.
With
Well,
a
you didn't
hose.
miss much, but...
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we do it with boats. We do that all the time.
Oh, no,
man. I think I was doing that in my 20s, man. And then I just got sick with it one time, and now just the fumes of it, I'll be throwing up.
Oh. Anyway.
Plus, they make tools that will do that now.
Pump it out. Yeah. Just like a squeeze thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just you don't need to suck it unless you really want to.
Right, that's what you want to, but you know.
Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and they're at Pest Pro. Ashley and their great team over there are ready to help you out with any and all your pest control needs.
What you reckon the biggest termite she ever killed? I wonder if she'd have that mounted.
Probably as big as like a fingernail.
Oh, at least.
At least. Maybe as big as a thumb or a pinky finger.
Ooh, that would.
That's getting pretty juicy.
Yeah.
But, think of like your thumb fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's visible, sort of like, yeah, I bet something that big.
No, thank you.
You don't want those things, by the way. You think, oh, I'm fine, we're good. Think about all this rain.
Think about the rain and think that they're 24/7. They don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take a break.
Mm-hmm.
It's 24/7 eating.
And you think, well, and they can literally build things to your house.
Yes, the tunnels.
The tunnels. So if you haven't had your house looked into for termites in a long time, you haven't had an inspection done in a while, you're playing with fire.
Oh, 100%.
You're probably going to wake up to one of those horror shows with the swarm.
They have been swarming the last couple of weeks.
That is the stuff of nightmare.
Yes, it is, Joe.
Or it could be you're just looking for great basic pest control services.
Yep.
Pest Pro Services has your back in that regard. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. They have a very active Facebook page. Or just call them direct, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Great local folks, really good at what they do. And, of course, we forgot to mention the mosquitoes. Talk about with the rain. Woo, they're going to be coming out.
Tell you what, as much as it's raining, we were out in the yard all day yesterday.
Combination of rain and heat.
Yep.
Talk about I wonder how big those they've killed before. Those are getting
How many
massive.
thousands?
Those are nasty. Nasty. I'll take a termite over a mosquito all day, every day.
You too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's gross. Anyway, I'll check out Pest Pro Services today. When you want to know, call a pro. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years. I would try drugstore insoles and supports.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, we know the search for pain relief can feel like a hopeless ordeal.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections. I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
At the Good Feet store, we hear stories every day of all kinds of cheap inserts, expensive shoes, and other failed remedies people have tried that just didn't work.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked. And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I'm so glad I met Good Feet. That changed my life.
Don't lose hope. Give the Good Feet store a try.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
For many homeowners, there's untapped reserves hiding in plain sight. It's not in the savings account. It's not in the stock market. It's right under your roof. Now more than ever, homeowners are sitting on record levels of home equity, and that equity belongs to you. It can be used to consolidate high-interest credit card debt, to pay expensive school tuition, to cover medical expenses, to invest in renovations, you name it, because that money is yours. This isn't about taking on unnecessary debt. It's about using an asset you already own to improve your financial position and your quality of life. The key is understanding your options and choosing the strategy that fits your goals. Let's see what's possible with the equity in your home. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Alabama weather will never fail to surprise you. Our lawns hardly get a chance to have any downtime, and as usual, it's already time to start getting ready for spring. This year, save the hard work and aggravation and call Alabama Lawns, the River Region's leader in weed control and fertilization services. What makes Alabama Lawns the River Region's best? It's the people. They have the experience, education, and commitment to customer satisfaction. Ask your neighbors. Alabama Lawns has been the Montgomery Advertiser's Reader's Choice Award winner 14 years in a row. The Alabama Lawn staff is made up of long-term employees and agronomy graduates, and the staff at Alabama Lawns attend annual continuing education classes. It pays to have someone that knows southern grass types and how to keep them green and flourishing. Call Alabama Lawns today at 272-7171 and let them show you real value in lawn maintenance service. Alabama Lawns, the company with black trucks and green lawns.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
With tropical moisture in place, the forecast seems to sound the same every day. We are stuck in this pattern with showers and thunderstorms numerous at times, especially in the afternoon and evening hours with locally heavy downpours, but really any hour is fair game. And that continues again tomorrow and Friday, and really not much change through the weekend. Lows at night, upper 60s to lower 70s. Highs during the day in the middle 80s. Just be flexible with your plans, and our weather app will keep you on top of where the storms are and where they're moving. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
So there was a moment as we fill time here on the day after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Where Rand Paul had Marco Rubio in front of him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and this just started going viral, making the rounds. I guess this must have happened recently. And this was after the Maduro raid.
Okay.
Right? Where, we kidnapped him, arrested him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
We liberated him.
Here was Rand Paul, and Rubio's response.
What it is, and let's vote on these things. But I think we're in violation of both the spirit and the law of the Constitution by bombing a capital, blockading a country, and removing elected officials. And we certainly wouldn't tolerate it, nor would I if someone did it to us.
Well, we didn't remove an elected official. We removed someone who was not elected, and it was actually an indicted drug trafficker in the United States. And their system...
Our laws, indicted under our laws. Look, Bolsonaro says that Da Silva is not really the president of Brazil. Our president said Biden wasn't really the president. Hillary Clinton said in 2016 Trump wasn't the president. So you have these arguments, and I agree with you. It probably was, and most likely was, most assuredly was a bad election. He wasn't really elected. But at the same time, if that's our predicate, and you don't have to come to us because it's a drug bust, we're just removing somebody, you can see where it leads to, and it leads to chaos. And that's why we have rules like the Constitution, so we don't get so far out there that presidents can do whatever they want. It is this check and balance. And I would argue for 70 years we've been going the wrong way. It isn't just this president, but it's a debate that I think is worth having.
Yeah. No, I think you need a voice like Rand Paul up there, but...
A voice, yeah. Voice of reason. I'm all for that, but...
I think a lot of this stuff comes down to, does it work?
Yeah.
Now, I get his point deeply about the power of a president to do all sorts of crazy crap.
But when's the last time a president... And I just tell me, because I don't know. When's the last time a president didn't truly get what he wanted? And if that's the case...
In foreign policy?
Not just in foreign policy, I see it a lot, actually, but... Especially you give me a two-term president, he's going to get what he wanted.
Yeah, especially in foreign policy. Yeah. Now, and it is a shame, and I mean, the arguments these guys, like a lot of realists would make, and Hawks in particular, like a John Bolton would make, is because of technology, the world has shrunk. The battlefield, the potential fault lines have shrunk to where, that 1,000-something miles away, those oceans that we count on is actually not that
nothing now. Yeah.
far. And I'm like, kind of, man. I think it's still quite a deterrent, that all that ocean.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Just time and space.
Now, and so there's a balancing act of how much forward deployment do you need to do? How much do you need to press away from the homeland in order to keep the homeland safe? How much do you need not government by committee, but you need to take swift action? And what essentially is happening is we end up with just a de facto rubber stamp from the Congress. If the president does something and it goes really...
What it feels like.
Well, because what it is they have no responsibility now. If it goes awfully...
Got somebody to blame.
They can just go, we didn't vote on it, and how dare he should have brought it to us. Even though, for months they were supporting it in spirit, they can turn around and immediately go, oh, this is crap.
Yeah, but we're the rubes. We're the ones that fall for it.
But then if it goes great, they're like, look, went great.
Told you we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and we approved of behind the scenes and on camera and stuff. Now, if you're Lindsey Graham, you're like, I want it all the time.
All the war, all the time.
I want the war all the time.
That's 100% right.
I want the rare earth minerals. I want the oil.
But I never... As I've gotten older, I didn't want to see I got tired of seeing the U.S. be the sheriff of the world. But in our hemisphere, I buy into the Trump thing 100%. This is our hemisphere.
Yeah.
This is our hemisphere.
No, essentially, Trump's taken a lot of risks to try to reset the chessboard, and will it all pan out is the question. Because it looks like right now, the Iran thing, he's stuck.
It's stuck. I think he is stuck. I'd like to think that it's
and I think
more
also,
what he's saying
by the
true,
way,
but
on Mexico,
he's
stuck for a certain way, in a certain degree. I think the Mexico issue is not an easy, everybody's like, well, we'll just go in there. We're more powerful. It's like,
No, but because we don't fight that way. We don't, even though we're the most dominant force, we don't fight that way. we have an overwhelming force, but not an annihilation force. And for us to do something like that in Mexico, that's what you'd have to have. That's just not us. We don't have the stomach for that.
Yeah, maybe the game is to clean up the rest of the backyard than we do with Mexico, whatever that government is now.
Well, I think that would go a long way
cartels.
too, because you are cleaning up the rest of the world, or the rest of the yard. So they can either learn the good way or the hard way, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, what about Cuba?
What about Cuba?
Keep your passport ready.
You want to go to Cuba?
Man, I'm so dying to go to Cuba. And I think this year we'll be able to go. I really do.
I think Cuba is. I would love to go to Cuba if it was like we had proper digs to go to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. I want to just be slumming it on the streets. Go stay in a hostel.
Dude, you and me and 2 other people I know, we go over and we take over Cuba.
Hey.
Just saying.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I just want some music, some dancing.
Yeah, dude. Have you never heard of Bay of Pigs?
To hear the laugh of beautiful women.
We got to go to Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a boat. I got a shotgun.
Anyway, before we hit this break, this part of the program brought to you by Dylan Rings. You're ruining it. They're at Dylan Rings. They can, of course, help you across the board. Custom design work, amazing inventory. Go check out that beautiful 14-karat gold with sapphires and diamond necklace.
That's beautiful.
Like, just drapes over you in this beautiful way. Of course, they have stuff like that in stock. They also have everyday jewelry, or maybe starter stuff for the little girl in your life, little niece or daughter, granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really great way to have some fun with the kid.
Definitely.
Or, of course, you could be looking for repair work or spa treatment. So, like a piece of jewelry you wear all the time, and it looks like you've been wearing it all the time for years. What if it could shine and shimmer like it's brand new again?
He can make that happen.
They can make all that happen, all that across the board. So, y'all check out Dylan Rings today. Just stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. And by the way, who's a wizard with AI is Josh.
I've seen some of his photos. I've seen some of his photos of me.
Oh, no, he uses AI in very creative ways in order to get projects done.
Yeah.
And it's not always stuff he, already knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, let me try this with this particular
That's pretty cool.
agent. It's really cool. Sometimes... you see the reality of it, with how AI is improving artisans' abilities and supplementing them in a good way. So, very cool what they can do over there at Dylan Rings. Y'all check them out today. We'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Not all meat and 3 plates are created equal. At Epicure-in-Jack's Tavern, every meat and 3 is scratch-made to order. No shortcuts, no freezer tricks. Just honest cooking with real ingredients. Once you taste the difference, you'll understand why theirs stands above the rest. Epicure-in-Jack's Tavern. Scratch-made isn't a slogan, it's how they cook. Located at 2060 Downing Street in Millbrook.
Hi, I'm Brian McMahon with Turf Stalkers. Within a few months of advertising with Blue Water, our customer base doubled. If you're looking for similar results, we highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Closing moments of the program, and that means it's time to talk to Ray Bowles from Bradville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I am doing good. How about you guys?
Pretty good. Oh, I got Eddie dancing over here.
That's the jam. It's going, man. I like it.
Now, this is the music you need up on the lake, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
That's it. Oh, absolutely.
That's the good stuff.
Have that blasting across the lake.
Well, it's funny, Ray. I got a jet ski. I'm going to put Joey on it that has 4 speakers and like 1,000-watt amp. So you're like the riding radio of the lake. And the thing is, I can program it from my phone. So whatever song I want, Joey riding around to.
No, I ain't riding on that one.
Now, hey, Eddie, you got to do me 2 favors.
All right.
When you do this, tell Joe to get on the jet ski, and right before you jump on, strip off your shorts and have some Speedos, and then go blaring. As you take off, play YMCA.
Only if Joey agrees to wear some Speedos too.
Yeah, you got to go super fast so he has to hold on real tight.
That's right. Hold on, buddy. We're going.
I would definitely do it.
I love it.
Hey, 2 things real quick. If you need a floor, call us, 285-8117. So today, Sailor learned a major life lesson that anybody that has a kid is going to enjoy this, right?
Okay.
So she's having to shadow a doctor this week and last week. And last week, so she's already shadowing, and she went off and caught herself a cold.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And last night, she's like coughing and sneezing. And she said, I think I'm going to have to call him and tell him I'm sick. I said, no, ma'am. You're going to get your butt up at 6 o'clock like normal. You're going to get dressed, and you're going to drive over there. And if they send you home, then you go home.
Right.
Or they will give you a shot in your hiney and tell you to work. And so she gets there, and she texts Angie. She said, well, they called it in a prescription for me. Told me I could pick it up at lunch.
That's right. Welcome to adulthood, baby.
That's exactly what I said. I said, hallelujah, that's exactly what I wanted to happen.
Exactly.
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world. Just because you got a little sniffle don't mean you get to stay home.
Nope.
You can to work. Nope. But listen, if you need a floor, come hell or high water, we're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to put that thing in, move all your furniture, take all the old stuff off so it's not in the front yard, and you got a beautiful new house just like that, all with one phone call, 285-8117.
Excellent.
Again, that's 285-8117, and be sure to tell them that you heard Ray on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
And Chad said ask for Chad.
Ask for Chad as well.
For Chad, he gives the best discounts.
All right, guys, y'all have a great day.
See you, Ray.
Yeah, it reminded me of Welcome to the Real World. No, Welcome to the Working Week.
That's how it goes, man. I remember the first time I wanted to call in sick. I had a job at Jackie when I was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was messing around with the boss's daughter, and he wasn't going to let me mess around with her all summer, so he put me to work. Smart man. But, yeah, one morning I didn't feel like going in, so I just called him. I was like, it ain't going to happen today. He said, the hell it ain't. I'll come drag you out of that bedroom. Boy, you going to work today. I realized then that when you give a commitment that you're going to go to work, you're expected to go to work.
Now, have you ever done a radio show, like, hungover, like, awful?
Yeah, man, I've been here for a few years. You don't think I've ever done a
hungover
show?
No, but it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like other jobs, you can kind of keep your head down and you just power through. Like here, you're supposed to talk.
Joey,
I hadn't done that in a long time, but whew.
Back in the day, people would go into Hyundai, and one person would go into the office, and the other would go take a nap in the back in the boxes for a little while. Just rotate out.
Just rotate.
I got some good naps there.
We learned anything today?
Let's see. That guy you had on earlier?
Which guy? The Anthropic AI guy?
Yeah, he's got a lisp, and that was killing me.
You mean this fella? Chris Olah?
That's the one. I couldn't take him seriously.
He's the co-founder of Anthropic.
I'm sure he's the nicest, smartest guy in the world.
It's one of the most powerful AI companies in the world. That's why he was invited to the Vatican to talk about it.
I would figure with AI, they learn how to fix that lisp he's got.
Well, let's listen in.
I am a scientist. I lead a research team.
You're just a mean jock, man.
That studies the internal structure of these models. What is actually happening inside them? And I will be honest, we keep finding things that are mysterious, even unsettling.
Oh, is he talking about AI or is he talking about women? I'm kind of agreeing with him.
Neuroscience. We find evidence of introspection. We find internal states that functionally mirror joy, satisfaction, fear, grief, and unease. I don't know what that means.
See?
But I think it warrants ongoing discernment.
We've been studying the female race, and
I don't wonder what that means.
No, actually, yeah. And he's not talking about AI. He's talking about women.
I am a scientist. I lead a research team that studies the internal structure of these models.
Of these models, yeah. That's
guy.
actually perfect.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Anyway.
What is actually happening inside them?
Nobody knows, man.
Nobody knows.
Anyway, y'all stay tuned. Happy hour. Greg's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM.